Ahora sí va en serio. Ahora es seguro. Tic-tac, tic-tac, tic-tac. Empezamos.
This kid's fire.
What's that? What's that, brother? What's that? What's that, brother? Brother, what's that, brother? What's that? What's that, brother? Brother, what's that? What's that, brother? What's that? What's that, brother? Brother, what's that, brother? What's that? What's that, brother? Brother,
Yes, people, welcome back to another stream. We got another panel show for you guys. City win yesterday, Arsenal win today, the title race. We're into the final stretch, man.
They'll be gone.
Can you not hear me?
I can hear him.
Everyone can hear me. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
There he is.
Yeah, you're all good.
Oh, just interrupting my flow, yeah.
Yeah, sorry, it's me. I'm the awkward one. Sorry.
Mate, no. Pulpy's the awkward one. Pulpy's not got headphones. The rest of us do.
Yeah. Well, big up to you lads for jumping on. Big up Pulpy, big up Danny, big up Tarek, and big up Jay. You look like you're about to jump into a Warzone lobby, Pulpy.
The Astros, yeah, they're ready to go.
Yeah. Big up lads, big up to you guys in the chat. Smash these likes up on the way. Make sure you guys are subscribed. Yeah, fucking Danny yesterday, man. 1-0 win at Ellen Road. Listen, I think it's a really good win, man. I think it was a well fought win. It was a title sort of running performance at a really tricky ground. What was your take on yesterday, bro?
Yeah, it's a tremendous one. We've all been saying it was not going to be easy there. We kind of had to ride it out the first 15 minutes, and then we started to click towards the end of the first half, controlled the ball a bit better, scored a very nice goal, and then the second half was just typical 2026 City, just trying to see it out as best we can. And I thought we did great. I didn't think we were under much threat, but whether we can do that every game in, game out, and still get those same results is under question for me. But aside from that, pretty good job. They all obviously had that nighttime record, and we kind of kicked it back in their face. So decent stuff. On to Forest, one at a time.
Yeah, Pulpy, what are you saying, mate? Did you go, by the way?
No.
Oh,
No.
I thought you went. I seen a picture on Instagram. I thought you went.
No, mate. That was me drinking a sad Heineken Zero in a pub.
Yeah, what are you
No,
saying?
it's just it's one of those wins where it's just efficient. Everything was good enough to get over the line. You know, defending were great, efficient up front where we needed to be, and we just kept possession and saw the game out. You know, Leeds didn't really threaten. I see people talking about that Calvert-Lewin chance, like when he went through. When I was like, it would have been a foul anyway. Let's be real. If you watched the game, but yeah, it was good. We just need to get wins at this point of the season. You know, I did say 5-1, and I thought we'd go there and smash them, but a win's a win, man. All we got to do is win, and we just got to keep cranking up the pressure. That's all we can do. Just stay in touch. Just it's one less game we have to win now towards the end of the season. You know, It was a tough place to go. Everyone makes every excuse they can to try and so we don't win. Like Leeds this, Leeds that, and this is what you need to do, man. Just get wins over the line. It doesn't matter how. Just get it done.
Yeah, that's what Dylan's saying in the chat. Exactly, but take the 3 points. How they come, bro. Don't have to be. Well, the thing is, yeah, when you've got 11 games to go, we've now got 10 games left. Yeah, you know, you need to go to these grounds and put a performance in. And anybody that thought yesterday was going to be easy don't know about English football, man, because them sort of grounds, that record, 23 games in a row that they've been unbeaten under the lights, and we've gone there and got a win. And I personally think the way that we defended in that second half, the way that the players were putting the bodies on the line, Joe, to be honest with you, I've not seen that for a long time, mate.
Yeah, the second half was good. The first half was a big concern for me, and the second half was, I say good. The second half was better by our 2026 second half standards, but still not great. I feel like it's just honestly, like, I'm at the point of the season where I don't care as long as 3 points come. Like, I think the time to worry about, performances now they're getting better was sort of, around sort of October, November, December time. Whereas now I'm very much in the state of, we just need to keep closing that gap on Arsenal before they play a game every single time. But obviously there was a Calvert-Lewin chance that came early on. There was the one that I think it might have actually been offside in the build-up, where Guehi had to sort of put a foot out to sort of block it at the near post. Obviously, there was one that Nunes had to make a mad run to get across and get in front of it. I feel like there's, obviously there was another one as well where they got a breakaway and Donnarumma had to make that one-on-one save. That also might have been offside as well, actually, in the build-up. I can't remember. But yeah, there were concerns. Like, I think if you're a City fan, and you're looking at these performances rather than the results and thinking this is all fine, then I'm not really sure what you're watching. However, having said all that, as long as the results remain as they are, I'm fine. But I think that it won't be long until a result is not a win at the rate that we're going performance-wise.
Yeah, I agree with you to an extent. Like, yesterday, we were never going to win easily. It's a hard place to go, as we've said. But we've got Forest and we got West Ham coming up. I don't want this to be defend for the last half hour. I need it to look prettier in games like that. I know West Ham are in a relegation scrap, whatnot, but like, these are the games you have to rack up the goal difference a bit. I'm not asking for 5-0, 6-0. I'm asking for just a bit more mainstream, a bit more standard.
3-0, 2-0.
3-0, 2-0, exactly. Like, we do see out games pretty well, but when you're defending a 1-goal lead, you leave it open to screamers, deflections, to referee decisions, and at some point that may come back to bite us.
With one goal, anything can happen.
Yes, if we set out to defend 1-goal leads for the next 10 games in a row, I can guarantee you not all of them will be wins. Something will happen in one of those games. So, like, great result, and I was pretty happy with the performance, but we just need a bit more variance. I don't want to be too negative, but at some point, I want it to look a little bit prettier.
But to be fair, we didn't have a shot for the first, was it 30 minutes or so of the game? Like, it was pretty fucking bad for large chunks of yesterday, I think. Like, I don't think it was. I'm not happy with the performance yesterday personally, but I like I say, I'm just at the point of the season where, whilst we're this close to Arsenal and in a put the pressure on kind of situation, I don't care as long as we get 3 points. But yeah, the performances are not trending in a way where I'm looking at this team thinking, yeah, this team's going to win 10 on the bounce between now and the end of the season. Like, no chance.
Yeah, no, we saw Arsenal earlier today. They were 2-1 up against 10 men. They tried to defend, and they almost conceded at the end. That's certainly leaving the door open too. On another day, Raya doesn't make that incredible save. It ends 2-2. Like, I'm not comfortable doing this the next 10 games in a row. If you have to do it at Stamford Bridge, fine. Against Arsenal at home, fine. But West Ham, Forest, I need a bit more pretty. I need a bit more attacking intent in the second half. I don't want to complain.
And I think part of it is how teams play us too, though.
Yeah.
The press that Leeds put on, most teams aren't capable of pressing that aggressively, consistently. And I think that's what we struggle with, because we all know we struggle playing out from the back like we used to. So I'm not surprised that we struggled yesterday. And I don't necessarily think that every team is going to be able to duplicate that. There will be teams, and we'll be under pressure a little bit. But I just think that, as you've kind of said, at the end of the day, you just take the 3 points and you're happy about that, and you move on.
And people will say, right, this is a title race. Every game's going to be like this. No, that's not true. Like 21-22 season, for example.
I don't think
we had like a 5-0 against Newcastle sprinkled in there. We had 4-0 at Elland Road sprinkled in there. It wasn't just fighting every game like it's a war. That's a bit topical, but it's not fighting every game like it's life or death. We had a couple of easy games in there. So I kind of want to see us just, I don't know, be a bit more comfortable. But that's all I'll say on that.
Yeah, I agree with you, but I don't think Leeds away
Yeah, no, Leeds
is the
isn't
one.
it.
Yeah.
Is the game that you go, oh, the
Get upset
performance
about.
needs to. Yeah, I think Forest on Wednesday. I think is the one where, like, if we scrape through it, then you might be like, oh, fucking hell, we've still got another 9 games to play after that. It's not like we've got 3 or 4 games left and you just take wins no matter what, yeah. But for me, I think you just take that win yesterday at Ellen Road. And I thought, to be honest with you, like, I actually kind of like seeing some of the way that we were playing yesterday. Like the players putting the body on the line, heading everything away. Ruben Diaz, Guehi, Rodri just heading everything away, blocking all the shots. I actually kind of like seeing it because last year we certainly didn't see it. And this year it's been a little bit meh, seen it a little bit, and not really seen a little bit. So yeah, I thought that performance was a performance where you go there, you get the job done. I think on Wednesday, if we don't play particularly well on Wednesday, that's the game that you might go.
There is definitely an element of that, and I think we all enjoy the sort of the heroic last ditch, the Nunes sprint across to block the ball kind of thing. It's obviously good to watch, especially when you consider what we were watching last season. But like looking at our recent results, like last week it was Newcastle 2-1. We were clinging on towards the end of that game as well. Obviously, then before that you have Salford in the FA Cup. You got Fulham 3-0, an actual like comfortable win. We need more of those for me. Liverpool, obviously that's at Anfield. You don't care. That's fine if we've got our backs to the wall for a little bit of that. Spurs drew 2-2. Wolves 2-0. So like, yeah, obviously Spurs, it's the Spurs factor, but they're also shit. But I'm just kind of like, I'm like Danny says, I kind of need to see these next 2 games are big. Like these next 2 games, we've got to just make like look comfortable. We've got to look like a team that is going to put teams to the sword that we should be putting to the sword. And obviously, like I say, Leeds, Ellen Road, not necessarily the place because of the record that they've got there. But I just think that Leeds isn't this game yesterday isn't the anomaly from our recent performances. Maybe Anfield aside, if that makes sense. Like yesterday kind of felt like a continuation of what we've been seeing for the last 4 or 5 weeks, really. And that's the bit that because I think they put up a stat on Sky Sports yesterday after the game where our sort of like last 10 games of the season, I think the lowest points total we've returned is like 24 out of those last 10 games. That one. Yeah. And obviously we've gone as high as 28 in some other ones, but I think that we just need to see, we need to see the team that looks like it's going to do that, and I ain't seeing that at the moment currently. Bar Anfield, obviously, and that Fulham 3-0. I'm not seeing a team that is looking like it's going to definitely go on and get 26, 27 points out of this last few games. Personally, for me anyway.
I think the performance last night was, if we'd have gone there and won 3-0 and been comfortable, I think we've learned more and probably had to graft for a result 1-0 last night. I think that will have done more for the team morale and say, you know what, we're having to fight for stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
He's getting his one result after another. We're fighting with bodies on the line.
But can you do that from?
No, we can't do it every week. That's why you have to get some comfortable wins at home.
Can you do that from March to the end of the season?
These are the ones where you think we're in a fight here, and you walk off the pitch and imagine the players walk off the pitch thinking we fucking had to earn that. And that up here is like we need this sort of continuation and just bodies on the line, fight to the end. That gets the chest pumping, and the guys in the dressing room that have been there and done it and said, "This is how you win leagues, lads. This is how we do it." Follow us, sort of stuff, rather than going out there and take a dack of 3-0. You walk off a bit more confident you should be. This is war now. You know what I mean? I think these lads will be coming off the pitch thinking, let's fucking have it.
Yeah, I hear it. I think the game on Wednesday now is the game that we need to see a little bit more of a smoother performance. Obviously, we're up against a relegation threatened team. They got beat again today. But I don't know, Tariq, man, not heard much from you on this. What are you saying from yesterday, bro?
I mean, again, like I said, I think yesterday was a good win for the team. Again, it was difficult. We had to show that we could do something now that we couldn't do at the beginning of the season, which was hold on to a lead. We had so many collapses in the first half of this season, or first early parts of the season, because it probably may have went over the first half, but we had so many collapses and so many times that we, in consecutive games where we were allowing teams to come back, even if we had a lead. And so what I saw yesterday was a team saying that, improving to itself, that I can do something now that I couldn't do before, whether that's the addition of Guehi or whatever you want to attribute it to doesn't really matter to me. What matters to me is that we don't, because again, to be fair, watching yesterday's game, I had a sense of when's the other shoe gonna drop for the most of the second half, right? Because I've accepted the fact that we're going to have bad second halves and we're going to collapse and teams are going to get back into it. It's become a mindset thing for me. So to see them actually get through it says to me that we don't, we can win close games. And I don't think that I thought we could do that 2 months ago, a month ago. So it was difficult. It was tough, but you know what? We came out of it with 3 points, and to me, that's what matters. So yeah, but I see a lot of love for Nunes in the chat, and I definitely appreciate that because I think he's been exceptional all season, and however much credit we give him, he probably deserves a little bit more than that. So.
No, I mean that block on Calvert-Lewin was unreal.
Yeah, it's the same type of thing of a Stones has made those types of blocks. Ake on the again some of those have been on the goal line, but still we've seen people come in and make amazing plays, and then when you get to the end of the season, you look back and you're like, oh, that block or this thing that could be one of those situations. You never know. So
I totally get obviously I totally get the idea that that winning a close game like yesterday and just grinding it out and it not being pretty, but you've sort of battled over the line. That's obviously positive for the team. Like Pulpy said before, like sort of gets the chest pumping a little bit and gets the team sort of, as you just said there, Tarek, believing that they can do something that they couldn't do earlier in the season and stuff like that.
Or at least I didn't think they could do. Let's say it that way. They probably
I think they factually couldn't. Like based on based on how the results went, they literally. I mean, look at that Spurs game only a month ago, for example, like 2-0 up and just like shit the bed like that. Like I'm still, and this is my point. I'm still concerned that team is still there. Like the team that can do that, because I think that I need to see. I need to see more not close games, and that's as we've sort of already mentioned a few times here. That's where Wednesday really comes into it. Like we need to see some just. I've had the nice battling away win at Ellen Road. Now I want the absolute routine 3-0 next kind of performance midweek that a team that should be winning the league should really be just doing and just putting teams like that to the sword. And obviously we then don't have West Ham for a couple of weeks after that because of FA Cup and whatever. But yeah, these next couple of games in the league against the the bottom end of the table teams, they shouldn't even be a problem for me. Like if either of those two games, we're coming at the end of that saying like, oh, wasn't that a well fought, hard earned 1-0 win? I'll be like, what the fuck are we doing here against Forest and West Ham? Like this shouldn't be the case, and I'm still convinced. I'm still not 100% convinced based on the last month or two. Basically, for the whole of 2026, I'm not really convinced that the team that is going to do that is here. Now, I'd love them to do it, and I hope they are, and I think that we are seeing some signs that they are. But those next two Premier League fixtures are big for me. Probably bigger than yesterday in that sense, because obviously yesterday.
Well, then you're down to 8 after that. You're down to 8 after that. So and then I think it's Arsenal, Chelsea, isn't it?
Arsenal, yeah.
So then you get 2 scrappy wins. Then you're down to 6, and then you just don't give a shit about performances at that point.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. I kind of like yesterday. I thought it was a good performance, man. And the lads, a good performance in terms of like who we were playing and the conditions, that type of thing, man. Yeah, see what you guys are saying. Big up to Tyrone, says they're fighting for their lives, though. You can say whatever. Just we do just get the win. Doesn't matter. The thing is, yeah, that's fine, Tyrone, and I agree with that. But with 10 games to go, you do need to see some.
Yeah, we not fighting for our lives as well.
How much do you put down to? And again, not suggesting that all of this, but we didn't have Haaland yesterday, right? And they obviously knew it for a couple of days because he said he hurt himself in training, and whether that's real or not. But how much do you put down to? We talk about performances. We didn't have Haaland. Maybe it looks different if we have Haaland there. I don't know. But when you're evaluating and making your decisions as to how you feel about it, how much of that do you factor in?
Well, it has to be a lot. He's our key player.
Well, I would think so too. So then again, if I'm saying that we played well, or even if we think we didn't necessarily play well, but we got over the line, but we also didn't have Haaland, that just says to me that if we get Haaland back, we're going to be a much better team. We're going to be more consistent. We're going to be more whatever. And so again, I think so. This is probably unfair to some of you, but it feels like it's like, man, last night it's like a disappointing game. And to me, it's like, nah, it's cool because we didn't have Haaland and we still won a game that was tight, that was close, whatever. And it's just like,
No,
I feel like we should be a little bit more celebratory. We just like,
no,
man, it's like,
I'm
sad.
happy about it. It's just the close game thing's just something to keep an eye on. I'm not using it as a
I
stick to beat.
agree.
I'm like, we did what we had to do. We had the right performance to win that type of game. But when the games aren't fighty games, when we're playing bad teams at home, I just don't need to see it. Like you said, it's good that we know how to win these close games. It's a good tool to have in your tool belt. Doesn't mean you have to use it every single game. That's the point I'm trying to make.
Let's be real, though.
I'm very, very happy with yesterday.
I mean, let's look at it objectively. Their keeper made 2 fantastic saves in that game. It could have been easier 2 and 3.
True.
That save from O'Reilly was a good save, and that one from Guehi was just as good. So, you know what I mean? The chances were there. I'd be worried if we scraped to the line with 1 shot on target, but we didn't, you know what I mean? On another day, they go in, and we were 2 and 3, you know what I mean? So it's not, I don't think it's too much to worry about.
And that's where I guess where I'm at. It's just, it feels like, oh man, we're highlighting the issues. And at some point, we just got to say, hey, you know what? Good win. And that's where I just want to be. Just, hey, good win.
The only reason why I'm highlighting the issues is because we've got 10 more games of this. Like this is like the thing where,
but I don't think every game will be like this. We went into this knowing it was going to be tough. It's Leeds away. We knew it was going to be tough.
Okay, but between now and the end of the season, we have Chelsea, we have Arsenal, we have we got Villa final game of the season.
I think that some of the Chelsea, the Arsenal, those might even be in some respects easier because they're actually going to try to play. They're gonna come out and they're going to do things that Leeds
Chelsea maybe, Arsenal definitely not. No chance. Arsenal are going to do what Leeds did, turbo style at the Etihad. There is no way they're going to come out and play against.
And again,
us.
that's not to say people can't feel differently, because of course you can feel differently. I just want to say, every time we get 3 points, I'm good. I may not like the performance, but I'm good. Because again, you're right. We got 30 points to play for. Let's go get them.
And on yesterday in isolation, great. I have no complaints about the result yesterday. As a result, it is great. It is 1-0 at Leeds, Ellen Road. It's difficult, cool. We've established that. However, this year, like in 2026, like obviously we're on the upward trend, because since losing to Bodo Glimt, we haven't actually lost a game full stop.
We've
like
won 9 out of 10, Joe. It's not doom and gloom.
Yeah, no,
you know what I mean. You've got to look at your segments if you're gonna like drag up what it was like in January, then look at what it's been like since. You know what I mean?
But what it's been like since then has been in the Premier League. It's been 2-goal win, draw, 1-goal win, 3-goal win, 1-goal win, 1-goal win. There's a lot of 1-goal wins there, and that's exactly. And that's what
they all count for 3 points.
But yes. But the point that I've said, and also Danny has also said, is that I just don't want to see more close games for the rest of the season.
I'd happily see these results.
I would. No. I didn't say for the rest of the season. I just said I don't want it every game. Chelsea, if it's a close game, fine. Well. Arsenal, fine. But these next 2 games, they cannot be close. If we're playing evenly by teams down there, then that's a serious problem.
I'm not saying that I want Arsenal to be a 5-0 win, otherwise it's a failure. Obviously not. Like some games are going to be close, but too many of the recent results have been close, and that's just a fact. That score wise, that is a fact. Like that's just, apart from Wolves and Fulham, they haven't been great in terms of like number of goals scored, the fact that we're clinging on for dear life for the last 15-20 minutes of games. And look, when we win, we can all look back and just go, look, we don't care because we won. 1-goal wins. Wins are great. But what about when it's not? What about when we've drawn or dropped points because we had 1-goal lead that we were holding on to for 60 minutes and the other team goes up the other end and scores in the 80th? Like, that's going to happen at some point unless we start finding a way to score more than 1 or 2 goals in games.
On that, right? So we've got these amount of 1-goal wins, right, which are decent. this year we've not done any real comebacks from 1 and 2 goals down and win. But the times we've won the league a few years ago, we used to come back from 2-0 down and win 3-2. What would you rather have, us winning 3-2 from 2-0 down, or scraping over the line and getting wins? They're all results to the same thing, right?
But that doesn't mean that doesn't have anything to do with what I've just said. Like I think
you know what I'm saying is there's ways to win, and we've done the other one where we've been 2-0 down and come back and won 3-2 and scraped a victory, which we're scraping victories now, but it's still not enough. Do you know what I mean? It's like I don't get it. Like I know.
But my point is that my point is just that I don't want to be scraping victories. Like
yeah, but we scraped victories when we won the league, when we were coming back from 2-0 down and 1-0 down and 2 last-minute winners and stuff.
That's great. But what about all the leagues where we didn't do that? Where we won like 3-4-0 into the final run of the season, like when we're just like smashing everyone. Like that's not. And I'm not saying we need to do that for the next 10 games. I don't want 3-0 wins consecutively for the next 10 games. But I'm just saying, yesterday, in isolation as a one-off game against Leeds at Ellen Road, yes, it's a big point, and you big 3 points. You take them however they happen. Great. However, in a season where we've dropped many points from dominating positions, we've been in the lead and we've dropped points, and we're going into a lot of games into the last 15-20 minutes with only a 1-goal lead. I'm not 100% convinced that this team, if that continues to happen, will not drop a lot more points than they will hold on to in those last 15-20 minutes. That's all that's all it is. And I just want to see this team get to a point where we go into the last 15-20 minutes with a 2-goal cushion, or God forbid, maybe even more than 2 goals. But I just don't want us to see us. I don't want to get to the like 70th minute and be thinking, God, I'm just shitting myself every time the opposition counterattacks, or knowing that we're going to have to knowing that we're bringing off Ryan Cherky for Nathan Ake for the last 15 minutes of a game because we're just bunkering in. I don't want to see that for the rest of the season.
People are saying in the chat, we're not good enough to do that. Then why are we in the title race? If we can't win a game by 2 goals, why
because
are we
Arsenal are crap and have been all season. That's why. Well, I should say all season. They have been since probably.
No, you can say all season.
The turn of the season. It's fine. Turn of the year, right? They're not good. We should be out of this title race if we're being honest with ourselves. So I agree with that standpoint. We shouldn't even be in this title race. But the fact of the matter is they've kept us in it. So now that we're in it, now that it's 2 points, 5 points, wherever you want to look at it, now that we're here, it's just about getting those 3 points and go winning this league, because this is a league. If we win it, this is not our best. This is probably one of our worst league winning teams if we win it this year. And I'll stand on that. But the fact of the matter is, all it takes is just to get across the line. So yeah, we're in this title race because they're just as bad right now. And if they hadn't won today, if they had dropped points, or if they had, God forbid, they had lost, this conversation would be completely different, because we'd have been like, oh, we got our points yesterday and we've been so happy, but we're upset because we're not upset. And I shouldn't even say how you guys feel, but I think a lot of it is based on what their results are. And we should have known they were going to get. I go into every game assuming they're going to win. They're going to drop points at some point, but I'm not going to stress myself out about it. I'm not going to let it change how I feel about this.
For me, it's just down to it's nothing to do with Arsenal in this instance. It's just down to our performances and what I've been seeing in recent weeks. Like, bar the Fulham game, none of them have been especially like massive. Obviously, and Wolves, but Wolves are so shit at the moment that it doesn't really matter. But like, none of them have been like massively comfortable. And when that's Anfield, Liverpool, Ellen Road, Leeds, cool. But when it's Newcastle at home, not cool. Like, you know what I mean? We shouldn't be in that position against Newcastle at home.
Disagree with you there. I was fine with the 1-goal win last week. They're a good team.
Well, this is ultimately, I think, in hindsight, in all of these results, I am fine with 1-goal wins. But it's kind of like earlier in the season when we were kind of scraping through games or like having some pretty shitty wins.
I know what you mean.
And Jay was the one on here talking about how performances are crap and it's all going to come and haunt us in the end. And it did for a month or so, where our results were shit. That's kind of the same thing that I'm saying here, where it's like, based on recent performances, I'm thinking we've got 10 more games of this and we just cannot be like this.
So basically what you're saying is you don't think what we've been doing over the last couple of games is sustainable?
No. We have to step up another level between now and the end of the season, I think, to get 10.
Right, well, that's a good question. Listen, chat, do you agree? Do you think that we do have to step up another level? Because that's what Joe's saying. Joe, effectively, this conversation is Joe's saying we have to step up another level to win this league. Do you agree with Joe? Or do you think this level that we're at is sustainable? Let me know in the chat what you guys.
I'm in between. I think the performances are very good, but like I said, when you win games by 1 goal, when you try to defend a 1-goal lead, you can concede a goal against the run of play, and there you go, it's derailed. We could concede a screamer 90+5, but we've had 30 shots and only scored 1 goal, and that's an issue. The performances are good, but you're leaving the door open.
We've stepped up another level from we were last month. We've won 9 out of 10 games.
I think we have.
I think we have.
Level, and then there will be a natural another level if we are going to go towards titles and cups and finals and stuff like that. There will be another level, and that will be the level that will probably get over the line. Well, the trend is up, mate.
But my point is we need to see, and that's fine. But every trend is going up until it's not like it's
still going up, mate. So there's nothing to worry about yet. Until there's something to worry about, then don't worry.
Well, obviously we can all say Ellen Road, but I think yesterday's performances prove that the trend isn't quite going like that as it is like that. Like it's still going up, mate.
It might take
correct.
Yeah, I think but Joe, when to be fair though, bro, like when you look at, we beat Newcastle in the cup, yeah, we beat Liverpool at Anfield, we beat Newcastle in the league, we just got to Ellen Road. I don't think, and this partly comes down to what Tariq is saying about Arsenal. I don't think the trend needs to be like that. I think it just needs to be like that. And I think that's the way we go. I think we are getting better. And I think the trend line is improving. I don't think we need to, because in previous title races, we've needed to go like that because we've needed to win every game for the rest of the season. I watched Arsenal now last few games. They are not good, bro. They are, and obviously Arsenal fans.
I agree. Yeah.
They are scraping victories by the grimmest goals you've ever seen. We're playing, at the moment, we are playing better than Arsenal. I think we look fitter than Arsenal. I think we look fresher than Arsenal. And I think we look like we've got more ideas than Arsenal. And actually, our defence is now competing with Arsenal. We've only conceded 3 more goals in the Premier League the entire season. So I think that everything about City right now is trending in the right direction. And I do think we are looking better than Arsenal right now. And I think that'll be enough.
I agree on the sense that we are trending in a good direction. Obviously, the recent results are proof that we literally are trending in the right direction in terms of, getting wins and stuff like that. But I'm not even bothered about Arsenal at this point. Like, I accept that Arsenal will drop points between now and the end of the season because I'm with you, LB. They've been fucking crap for about a month or two now. They're just not a good team. Like in terms of teams that are potentially going to win the title, like. This is not one of them. Like watching them, you would not think that they are one of them.
They peaked in October. They literally peaked in October.
Yeah, I agree. But in terms of but for us to capitalize on that, I need us to be a team that I know is going to pick up points when they drop them. And again, just as I said before, if we're going into the last 20-25 minutes of games, 1 goal up.
Listen, Bernard, what are you want? We're nowhere near Arsenal. What are you? Have you seen Arsenal?
Someone hasn't watched Arsenal for a long time.
As someone who's kind of an Arsenal apologist, you are spitting waffle here.
This is fucking bullshit. Did you not watch the game? Have you not been watching Arsenal over the last few matches? What are you on about?
My point is just nothing to do with Arsenal. It's just that it kind of is in the sense that I'm well aware they're going to drop points. I'm not concerned about that at all. I don't think we're going to need to win all 30 points between now and the end of the season to win it or anything stupid like that. But I need to see from us that we are going to be a team that will definitely pick them up when Arsenal drop them. And look, recent, going into the last 15-20 minutes of games with a 1-goal lead for multiple of these last few games, is that enough? Like, I don't think it is, and that's what I mean in terms of having to sort of find. Obviously, I accept we've stepped up a gear certainly since January, but since like February even as well. We are stepping up as the back end of the season goes up. But I just need to see that next bit. I need to see us go into that next gear now for me to really think. And look, if we smash Forest 4-0 on Wednesday, that will go a long way to sort of proving me wrong and sort of making me feel like I'm not going that I am going a little bit crazy here and not just like overthinking the performances, but. Yeah, there's been too many games where I've been on the edge of my seat for the last 15-20 minutes and just panicking every time they get a counter-attack because I know that 1 goal conceded equals points dropped, which is not.
That's really what makes you a City fan, mate. Joe, that's what it's like to be a City fan. That is what it makes you feel to be alive, mate. That's what makes it worth it.
Yeah, but when you're in a title race, you don't need that. Like you don't need that in a title race.
We do because that's what makes you feel like you've won something. Because in
the last 18 months, Because in the last 18 months, Paul Bear, we have dropped points from these kind of positions so much that I just don't think. And I know, look, I accept that we're a different team now from peak shit last year, but we still are a team that is capable, as we saw against Spurs, of just chucking points away if they're there to be thrown away. Like, that is just a fact. That has happened in the last month.
What's the opposite of an happy clapper? I want to bottle it and put Joe a label on it.
I don't know, but while he's trying to figure that out, I was on a different stream yesterday with rivals, and they were more excited about our chances than I feel like this panel is, and that's why I think it was like, what is we doing? I expected that from them. I was prepared to go on and defend how we're playing and whatever. I just didn't expect that here. So there you go.
Right,
it's just performances. That's all it is for me. It's just seeing that.
No, it's an interesting debate. Let me go to some of these chats, man. I want to get onto the defense as well, because I think our defense has been wrongly labelled all season. Big up Tex, who says, outside of Anfield, we still haven't scored a goal in the second half of the Prem game in 2026.
What a negative guy I am for pointing that out.
Fair dues. Yeah, we could probably do with scoring a second half goal. Big up to C to A. As a City fan to the end of the season, because Chelsea shit burned my eyes, I think we'll win the league. # City. Come on, man. Chelsea should have got something from that game today, man. Honestly, that was a blowout. They should have got something from that game. Fucking now getting himself
you know what, right?
like a fucking idiot.
Every time I watch Liam Delap, I think he gets worse.
He's bad, isn't he?
He is.
Oh, Danny, did you ever think he was going to be like
striker now?
What, this bad? No. I didn't think he'd ever be like a tip-top player, but like, my God. I thought you'd make it as like a backup for us.
It's like he's 35-year-old all of a sudden.
Yeah, he looks bad.
Didn't you bet Jay that he'd score 8 league goals this season? He hasn't scored 1 yet.
Oh, wow.
Listen, mate. Like, at the end of the day, yeah, he's had a few injury problems that he's needed to work through.
Yeah, right.
I know those people that said City should sign him back as backup to Haaland. Christ, I'd rather play centre back up front than him.
He needs to get.
He needs to learn how to play football, lad.
Yeah, he wasn't great. He wasn't great. I can't lie. Now, big up to A, man. Big up to Sean as well. So, did you see how tight our win was today versus 10-man Chelsea? Nothing wrong with winning 1-0. I think we'll beat you to the league, but only just, says Sean. We'll see, man. That City game, City versus Arsenal at the Etihad's going to be crazy. That's going to be fucking wild game. Listen, lads, I want to bring up our defence, man, because all season, yeah, I've heard from rivals, mainly rivals. I've actually heard from some City fans, but rivals about City's defence. And I've pushed back on this all season. I think our defence has been wrongly labelled. On the flip side, we've heard how Arsenal Football Club have the best defence in Europe, right? Yet Manchester City are currently sitting in the league today, having only conceded 3 more goals than Arsenal in the entire Premier League season. So, I don't know, maybe I'll start off with Danny. Danny, our defence, do you think it has been unfairly labelled? Because a lot of people have said we've got a trash defence.
Yeah. I think a lot of our defence since that very, very early part of the season when we were shipping goals against Spurs and Brighton, we've been almost flawless apart from that January bit. You know, Diaz has really stepped up. Thought he was outstanding yesterday. You can bring in someone like Husnall for a month. He doesn't look like he's missed a beat at all. And then Guehi, the bargain of the century, has looked unbelievable no matter who he's partnered with. And then the fullbacks as well, they speak for themselves. Ait-Nouri starting to get forward really well. The defense was never really in doubt, as you always talk about, like the AFCON campaign. And then Nunes just keeps being a steady Eddie back there. So no complaints. We'll see if, like, when we rotate the back line against Newcastle, if it still holds firm. But for now, very, very good. And Donnarumma as well. I think he's only like, 1 or 2 off top spot for Golden Glove now. So shout out to him. And he missed the first 3 games of the season. So yeah, we're looking good.
I've thought all season, Danny, that our defensive problems have been midfield.
I can see that.
I don't think, and when people used to talk about our defense, I used to get so wound up. I'm like, are you watching City? Because like, it's not the defense. And yes, Guehi's come in and obviously made us better, right? Obviously, yeah. But he's not just fixed everything. Like, it was always the midfield. And this is why, for me, when I talk about the defense, I have to talk about Nico O'Reilly going into that midfield, because I think Nico O'Reilly going into that midfield has made all the difference. I think it solidified our midfield. It stopped teams going through us. Yeah, like a hot knife through butter. Yeah, it's made teams go more down the sides rather than straight through us like they've been doing at the start of the season and last season. And now we're sitting here and, you know, we've conceded only 25 goals in this season in the league. Arsenal are on 22. And to think how people have been speaking about Arsenal's defence this season, and we've conceded only 3 more than them. And 4 of them were fucking screamers against Fulham.
I do wonder if, like, the fact that we've had O'Reilly in there for a long time and Nunes at right back for the whole season, if rival fans just, like, subconsciously consider them midfielders and they think they just can't be good defenders because, like, they were midfielders. Like, if we had, like, a proper right back in there, if we get rated more, I don't know. It might be a subconscious thing. But again, we've been so good, and I wish we got more recognition for it. And the depth we've just developed. Like, again, if Diaz went down, I'd be fine. We got Husanov there. So, it's just good.
Yeah.
And like we've discussed, we can see out narrow games now.
The defensive depth is absolutely wild. But yeah, listen, I thought the defense yesterday was superb, especially in that second half. They were absolutely incredible. That was the Diaz of old, that wasn't it? I feel like that was a real return of the sort of like iconic Ruben Diaz style performance. I feel like I've not seen that for a long time. Go on, Pulpit. I know you want to talk on this.
I noticed Jay's not here. You know what I mean? Now
He has just texted me, actually. Says he's just woke up. He was on the couch.
Oh, of course he has. Yeah, ducking a fight, innit? Nah, I saw. I can't remember. I think it was Martin read out a thing the other day about the blocks in City's team, for the season, and like looking at the players that have done defensive blocks and stuff. Diaz at one point had the most defensive blocks by double the next player. I think it was like 17 before the last game, and then the next guy after that was Diaz. Was Guehi was 7. He's only been here a month.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So those two together, they just seem like they just work. Guehi's got a little bit more extra pace, and he's a little bit better on the ball. Diaz is a born leader, and he holds that back 4 together. And I just think it just works. And I know yesterday you see Kusanov not playing, everyone spits the dummy out. But if you're actually a genuine watcher of football, you'd rather have Diaz in games like that where it's a body on the line. You know what I mean? He just wants to do anything he can to make sure we win the game and keep a clean sheet, and that only breeds confidence. So those two together, don't come this year. He is a leader. He is. You see it on the pitch. That is the leadership in the pitch there. And
the Portuguese James Tarkowski you're talking about.
I didn't realize that was Jay.
Right. So what Diaz does with terms of leadership, Guehi does the same, and you won't be seeing anyone slagging Guehi off because he's a new toy. But Diaz is a world-class defender. Yes, and I know people are going to say, but he's not fast. He's not Kusanov. Nobody's fucking as fast as Kusanov. There just isn't. We can win. We've won leagues without Kusanov at the back. We'll win leagues with Kusanov at the back. It doesn't change everything. He's a great option to have. But in games like this, when you go into the finish line, you need guys who've been there, who's won Champions Leagues, he's won Premier Leagues back-to-back, trebles, the lot. He's won international trophies. He's a captain on the pitch. He will probably be our captain on the pitch next year in terms of the club. So you want him gone, then you want him running the team, you're going to lose out on the influence that he has on games like he had at the weekend. And we need that if we're going to go over the line. And in situations where he gets booked because he snapped Gordon because it's the only thing he had to do, then you've got Kusanov to come in and play. And bringing in Kusanov is absolutely mint. And we have an amazing option there. I think our defence is probably in the best apart from that, like Gvardiol's injured, it's in the best state it's been in 8 years. 8 years.
8 years.
The best defence we've had in about eight years, I think.
Ooh,
8-10 years. It is.
Look
at the names we've got.
Nah, give me
treble
I was going
defence
to
over
say
this.
that's tough to say.
The names we've got, right? Diaz and Guehi now, or Diaz and Gvardiol, or Kusanov and Gvardiol, and then Stones and Diaz. We've got better defence.
I don't think you can't group Stones in there
this
anymore.
Stones today is a fraction of that Stones.
If John Stones had to play against Nottingham Forest in a one-off game, I wouldn't be worried. The same way I wouldn't be worried if we had to pay Kusanov and Ake. I just wouldn't anymore.
Yeah, but then on the other hand, if Diaz goes down, I'm not convinced that John Stones is ready and waiting to take his place because he's just that treble team.
John Stones from if John Stones comes in and is fit, then he's still one of the best in the best.
That treble defensive, Akanji, Stones, Diaz, Ake with fucking peak, almost peak Kyle Walker at right back.
I meant centre back. In terms of centre backs, we've got the best. This is the best cohort of centre backs.
Centre backs, I think you're spitting facts.
Yeah, it's the best centre backs we've ever had.
There's an argument.
It really is the best.
What did we have in the treble year? Yeah, Diaz, Stones, Ake,
Diaz, Stones, Ake, and Akanji.
Yeah. Diaz
Well,
was
upgraded
actually
as well.
Angela Laporte, yeah.
This is
massively
probably
upgraded.
stronger though. I reckon this is probably stronger though. Still, do you reckon?
In terms of depth, the strength in depth, and what it
Yeah.
Nah,
and the
treble
actual
season's
amount
still
of
better than that.
different players we've got. We've got raw pacing Kusanov. We've got one of the best ball playing centre backs that's ever been in world football, in John Stones. Yeah, I know he's injured, and you can just put like that. Diaz is a great captain. Guehi is just an animal in every single situation. You know, and then you've got Guardiola, if he wasn't injured, who's one of the best left-sided centre backs in world football. You know what I mean? And you can slag out. Everyone can say Aki's this and other, but he's one hell of a decent professional centre back who can play on. He's really good on the ball. So I think it's the best set of centre backs we've probably ever had.
I'm still going treble season just because
Yeah,
I don't think Stones and Ake are even remotely like Ake is not the same player he was in that treble season, so the quality levels like
replace those, Joe.
And Stones isn't fit. And
But they've been replaced
in that treble season.
They've been knocked down a peg, Joe. They've been knocked down a peg by better players.
Did we have Laporte in the treble season?
Yeah, we did. That was his final season.
Yeah, in that case, it's treble season all day long. There's no like Stones, actual fit Stones, Diaz, Laporte, Ake, and Akanji is like fourth and fifth choice centre back. It's like it's levels compared to this.
Go through the ones now.
So you got Diaz,
Diaz for Diaz.
Diaz for Diaz, Guehi for
Stones.
Guehi's better than Laporte would have been.
Guehi for Stones.
That's tough, man. You can't minimize what Laporte did.
Yeah,
I'm just
but
going off what I've seen
treble
this
season Laporte, where he's a bit part player. I think he's probably.
And then
Right,
you've got
fair
after that
enough, fair
Ake.
enough.
We've still got Ake. He's just lost a bit of his legs. But now we've also got Guardiola, who was better than Ake.
No, I hear it, man. And I think when you buy a right back, in the summer, the back line is going to be like fully done. It's going to be fully rebuilt. Like we're going to have an incredible choice. But I don't know. Just go back on the point. I just think like we're defending that last 20 minutes yesterday when the ball was getting put in the box and we were just like everything was getting headed away, man. Like I didn't see that once last year, man. I'm gonna be real with you. Yeah, last year it was like the complete opposite. So it was nice to see that, man. And I think Diaz does need to get his props, because. You know, there has been criticism of Diaz, and I think rightly so to a degree, because I think he did drop off. But I think since he signed his contract, I think he's been good. And that yesterday, that to me looked like old school Ruben Diaz, man.
So yeah, I think he was really good yesterday. I also don't want to see him bringing the ball out from midfield or through midfield, trying to make those runs, because he can't dribble that well, and he's put us in position twice where he almost lost the ball and we get hit on a counter. He doesn't need to prove himself, and I feel like right now he's trying to prove himself in doing things that he maybe doesn't normally do or doesn't do well, because he's got to compete against, got to show I can do what Kusanov does or something else. Just be Ruben Diaz, just be that guy. Don't do all that extra stuff. Because that puts us in bad situations.
If anyone should be doing it, it's Guehi. We see how confident he is on the ball. He's comfortable taking it past players.
It frustrated me yesterday. I was like, he played really, really well, but those situations, it's like, what are you doing? Give the ball up.
I always think with that though, like, cause I know that, I know what you mean, because I don't really like seeing him do it either. But he's been doing it for so long now that I can only think it's because Pep is like, yeah, do it. Like that's the only thing I can think. If he would not still be doing that at this point of the season if Pep wasn't totally okay with him doing it. And normally,
I feel like he takes like 3 or 4 touches into, he gets into the middle and then he gives the ball up. I felt like yesterday he was trying to get into attacking positions or really deep into midfield on the attacking side of the pitch, and I just feel like that's a bad situation. And again, twice he did lose the ball. The other time he was able to fumble it through and then give the ball up, but. I just think it's a bad situation, and I don't know. I have not seen him do that much dribbling, and so it felt to me like, why is he doing this? What is he trying to prove? And again, that's just me. That's not saying that's how he's actually feeling about it, but I'm trying to understand, why is he doing things he doesn't normally do.
I actually think one of the runs that he went on was because he actually done a bad touch. And he just ended up sprinting after the ball, and he just ended up going on a mad run. I don't think he actually meant to do a mad dribble, but I think he's been great. And that partnership, that we're building between Diaz and Guehi, it looks good, man. You can see they're always switched on. I watched Match of the Day last night, and like they covered it. They covered the Guehi and Diaz partnership, man, and they're always like locked on. Like they just look like they want to defend, man. It's
look like they played with each other for about 5 years, and
they do.
About 9 games or something.
They do, man.
You just know they're on the same wavelength, and it's just a perfect fit for them two together.
And then you throw in Ait-Nouri. Listen, I want to come to Joe on Ait-Nouri. Joe, what was your take on Ait-Nouri when we signed him, man? I remember seeing a lot of people when we signed Ait-Nouri. A lot of people thought he was shit. A lot of people didn't rate him, said he couldn't defend. Like, what was your take on him when we signed him? And like, where are you at with him now, man? Because I've been very impressed since AFCON.
I remember this time, it might have been earlier than this time last year, we were talking about like potential left back options. And I'm sure that one of us, I'm sure I definitely did, was like advocating for getting Ait-Nouri in because
It
like,
was Jay. It was Jay because we just beaten Wolves 1-0 and he was like, mate, that Ait-Nouri's mint. I'm like, mate, he's been good for a month. He's been good for us.
Yeah, I've always thought that he's been like a very technically good sort of like, for that kind of thing that Pep's always had Gvardiol doing on the left-hand side, like sort of getting into the final third, like being a bit inverted and stuff like that. He's always been someone who's looked really capable of doing that. So I've always thought that he's been really suited to us in that sense. But yeah, since he's come in, obviously when he came with the sort of the reputation of being a bit of a meh defender. But he's actually been like, that's probably been one of his strongest things since he's actually come in. Like his defensive ability is actually like very good from what we've seen. And obviously the fact that, and I expected him to do, because I know that in his first couple of appearances that he made for us at the start of the season, he was doing the more like inverted thing, wasn't he? Into sort of into the middle rather than taking it out wide and stuff like that. But I quite like that in this last, basically since he's come back into the team since AFCON, he's basically just been told to hold the width out on that left-hand side and just sort of be the guy who can just hit crosses into the box and stuff like that. Which is actually when we've got Nunes who's doing like a similar thing on the opposite side of the pitch is what I want to see. I like when we sort of spread the pitch and make it as wide as possible. So yeah, for me, Ait-Nouri's been like a really like a big signing as well, because I think obviously what that's actually done, which is something that I wasn't even necessarily wanting to see before he came back into the team, but he's actually allowed Nico O'Reilly to go into midfield and show what he can do there, which, if you'd have asked me, do I want to move Nico O'Reilly into midfield? I'd have been like, no, because he's doing perfectly well at left back, so let's just keep him there and sort of let Ait-Nouri pounce on a bit of shit form or something like that. But yeah, no, it's he's been very good, and yeah, considering that the level that Nico O'Reilly was playing at left back at, the fact that he's come in and been as good as he was showing before that point, and also allowing Nico O'Reilly to move into midfield and do his job there as well as he was doing it at left back. Yeah, I'm very happy with him, but I think he's one of those players who, given the technical ability he's got, I always thought was going to be a good player for us, but maybe sort of not necessarily quite up there on the defensive side of things. But actually, it's turned out that's, like I said before, it's turned out to be one of his better attributes as long as he's been playing here.
And like you say, that has contributed because then Nico O'Reilly's gone into midfield, which has helped out. I just think it's nice to see, man, because over the last few years we've seen these fucking inverted players and shit. Like we've seen it for time, and now you've got Nunes flying down the wing. Now you've got Ait-Nouri flying down the wing. We're getting players into the box. It's just nice, isn't it? It's just nice to watch. I just think it's a nice brand of football. It's nice to watch. Yeah, and I think Ait-Nouri's got levels, mate. I think the guy's got many, many levels. You know what I mean? I still think
I found interesting. Semeno's interview after the game, and he said about Ait-Nouri, he just said, and when Ait-Nouri got into that position, I just know he loves to smash the ball across the box.
Well, you know what, bro? I've said for time, yeah. A lot of these fullbacks try and get too technical with the crossing. Just fucking whack it in.
Drill it across and let someone slide in. That's the perfect goal.
I remember when Kyle Walker used to get down the right hand side. It was a bad cross of the ball, and when he used to try and actually cross the ball, I was thinking, what are you doing? You've not got it. Just smack it as hard as you can across the 6-yard area.
Collar off style. Just drill it across and let it go.
Collar off style.
Yeah, drill it in. Someone will get on the end of that. And
that's what he's going to do, mate. But I've been really, really impressed with his defensive work rate. And then you've got Nunes on the other side. You can buy it with Guehi and Diaz. It's class.
I think having that sort of like you just said there about Semeno, like having that, your strikers knowing what the guy on the wing is going to do. is huge. Like, obviously, like I've had this fucking issue with Doku for the 2 seasons prior to this, where once he gets into those positions on the wing, no one, including any of our attackers, knows what he's going to do. And that's a problem. Now, obviously, that's changed this season. I think it's a lot more predictable what he's going to do. But if you've got someone flying down the wing who's going to probably put a cross into the box, you know, you need to, if the striker knows, right, he's in this position, he's probably going to just drill it across the 6-yard box, which means I need to get into this position to get to that. That's perfect. That's what strikers feed on, like knowing what a guy is going to do. Because obviously when he's a little bit deeper, he isn't going to drill it across the box. He's going to play a bit of like a floated ball to the back post that a striker knows he's getting to that position for. But yeah, having that sort of from your teammates, that sort of predictability of what you're going to do is massive, because that's how you get goals, like by knowing where you need to be when a player gets into a certain position, and knowing when to expect the ball to come to you. That's huge, and that's something that for me, not just from our fullbacks, but from anyone who plays on our wings, full stop. We've just completely lacked for 99% of the last 2 seasons, and that's been a big problem.
I feel like them sort of moments like Nouri's good, where he doesn't have to think, just get on with it. It's the ones where he has to think that he seems to drop bollocks like that. Then a lot of times he's got into the box and he's had a chance of shooting, he's gone, I don't know what I'm going to do here, bottled it. That the other night when Haaland and him were one-on-one, he sort of like ran into Dan Burn. It's like when he has too much time to think, he doesn't really come out with the positive result. Whereas he goes down a wing like as he's going down a wing, he looks up, he takes a touch, he knows he's going to slide it across the box, and that is like his natural instinct is to do what he's supposed to do rather than just, okay, I've got the ball, now I've got time to think. It's a bit like Sterling used to be. You know what I mean? Whereas like Sterling used to get in a position, you take 2 or 3 touches, you just know nothing's going to happen. But if you know he's got 1 touch to do something with it, it's likely going to be a good output.
Yeah, no, I do hear it. Yeah, the side. Honestly, some of the signings that fucking Viana's made this season, man. Like, honestly, I do rate them highly. I think he's done such a good job with some of these players. Semeno, for example. Yeah, obviously we mentioned Semeno, haven't we? Like, this guy's now got 4 in 7. 4 goals in 7 Premier League games, is it?
Without really playing well, let's be real.
Exactly.
Well, I was gonna say I don't actually low key. Yeah, I don't know if he's contributed. I don't think he's played well in any of those games. However, he's an output player, isn't he? And I think that's why we bought him. We bought him for the output.
We've needed this. We have so many players who look pretty playing, but they don't score goals. Semeno has scored time and time again goals against the run of play. Arsenal have had players like that. Liverpool have had Jota, rest in peace. Arsenal have Trossard, whatnot, who get those really annoying goals. We've never had that guy, not since Mahrez, not since Sterling. So it's good. It's good to just have an output machine, because like Marmoush is that kind of guy as well, but he's not been clicking recently. So it's good when you have Haaland who can score, like Marmoush who in theory can score, and Semeno can score. The odds that all 3 of them are going to be shit at the same time is really low. So just having that third guy there to back the other 2 up is great.
But that's what I was going to ask, because I feel the same way. I don't think he's been good as far as performances, but he's contributed goals, assists. He's been crucial to us winning the games that we've won. I guess my question is, I feel like we saw that with Marmoush last season. We brought him in. He was really, really good for us. The difference last year, Haaland was out for a bit, so Marmoush got a lot of run, and then they played together. But he was consistently putting goals away. And then we see this year where he can't really get a game. And then when he does, he's not really playing that great. Speaking of Marmoush, my concern is, are we going to see a repeat of that with Semeno next season? I'll take whatever he can give me this season and be happy.
The thing is with Semeno, Sarek, yeah, and you're seeing this now with Salah at Liverpool. When he scores and he's scoring, everything's happy. As soon as he stops scoring, people will get on Semeno's case.
Yeah,
I guarantee you, when he goes through, and it will happen, we all know it's going to happen. When he goes through 5, 6, 7, 8 match streak of not scoring, and it will happen at some point, guarantee everyone gets on his case heavy, because if he's not scoring goals, yeah, then his link-up play is not the best. His touch is a little bit off. He bounces off him. You know what I mean? Now, to be fair, one area of his game where he is good, he gets stuck in and makes challenges. But just keep scoring goals, because that's why we bought him. And that's what Pep said. Pep said when we bought him, he said we need another goal scorer. And I remember saying to people, I was going on panel shows and people, why have you bought him? I said, because we need players that can fucking score goals. We got Haaland and that's it. But that's the only thing for me. I think if he stops scoring goals, I'd be interested to see what people say about him. But for me, his goal rate is just been, and the thing is, he's been hitting these sort of numbers now for 3 years, so it's not like a fluke. It's consistency.
Yeah. He's a consistent double-digit goal scorer in the league, which I think is like, because for me, it's like last season, obviously, and this is my concern when we were obviously linked with Semeno, is that it would just be another Marmoush, because Marmoush feels like he was brought in to sort of plaster over last season, just sort of come in with who's scoring goals in Europe at the moment. Sick Marmoush, let's just buy him. He'll come in, hopefully continue that run of form, score enough goals to get us into a decent position within the season, secure top 4 for us, blah blah blah. Do whatever. And then we sort of go into next season with him as part of the squad. We went into this season with him as part of the squad. He didn't fucking kick a ball until he went to AFCON. And we're in a position now where it's like that is probably coming home to roost a little bit, because now we actually need him. He doesn't look like he's got in any goal scoring form at all. And he doesn't look like he's really putting the ball away in any meaningful sense. And I think Semeno will maybe a little bit better, because I think he's already shown that he's Prem proven, and he's he knows that he can. We know he can do it in this league, whereas Marmoush was definitely not that. But I think so I'm not as concerned about it happening with Semeno as I feel like I am about the fact that we did it with Marmoush last season. But I think the Marmoush thing is a bit of a like. It's a bit of a worry for me. Like, we're at the point where this guy is just, did we literally just buy him for the last 6 months of last season? And if so, like, what's he doing to keep him in next season? Because,
I don't think so. I don't think so. I think Marmoush, well, first of all, we didn't replace Alvarez. So it was a man down. And then I remember when we sold Alvarez, people said, we'll spread the goals across the team. That was a load of nonsense. That didn't happen. So we needed to replace him. So we went and bought the guy from Bundesliga who was doing bits. He come in and he did well. He scored goals. Now, if we're being honest about Marmoush, and I did call this out, his form drop-off started at the end of last season. This is not a new season thing. He was poor in the Club World Cup. I remember saying in the Club World Cup, I said he'd have a good cup, and he's not been great for this season. And then obviously before AFCON, wasn't getting in the team. Yeah, I don't know why. People was telling me because Pep didn't want to play because he was going to AFCON, which was a load of nonsense. He's come back and he started to play, right? And he's getting more minutes. But this is what I've been saying to the chat. In my opinion, when I've been watching Marmoush in the City team over the last month or so, something doesn't quite look right. It doesn't look right. When he's playing with Haaland, he's behind Haaland, he's to the left, but I don't think his touch is good enough to be in that position. He doesn't come central enough, and he's not playing as a striker because Haaland's playing there. And then with the addition of Semeno, me personally, and I'm only giving you my opinion, I'd rather Semeno be my striker than Marmoush, because I trust him more to score than Marmoush.
Yeah,
so
agreed.
Marmoush, okay, yeah, his form dropped off at the end of last season, but he's kind of found himself in a position where, as a striker, is now, in my opinion, the third choice striker, because he's behind Haaland, he's behind Semeno. As a left winger, he's behind Doku, because Doku's had a turn of form this year and has been incredible. So now he's second choice winger. 10, well, you're behind Foden if Foden's on it. You're behind Cherky. Some people might even say he's behind Reinders, because when Reinders has played further forward, he's been decent. So it's not really anything he's done wrong, because his performances haven't been terrible. They've just been below average. But he sort of found himself in this position where I'm looking at this going, I don't really see like a position in the team for him. And when he does play, it just doesn't look right, man. So I think he'll be off in the summer, mate. I think he'll leave.
Yeah, I agree. I just think that's kind of what I mean, in the sense that it looks like we just bought him for 6 months, and like it don't feel like there was a real plan.
I don't think we bought him for 6 months. I thought we bought him obviously to play in the City team. But the thing is with him, I don't think his touch is good enough to play in that deeper Alvarez role. Because with Alvarez, I know Alvarez wasn't clean, but it was there or thereabouts, wasn't it, when he was playing in that sort of deeper area.
He was very good. Yeah,
so we got away with it, even though sometimes it did look a little bit off. Marmoush, it just doesn't look right. He's not got the touch. Alvarez's touch was a lot better than Marmoush.
It just feels like the ball bounces off him at times, and then sometimes in the final third, like the execution seems rushed.
What's his best position, Danny? What's his best position?
Well, I'd say playing off the striker like you did at Frankfurt with Ekatike, but
But the
I just
problem
don't-
is, we've
but
got
that- we don't-
Cherky, who's better in that position.
Yeah, and we have Foden who's better than that
Foden,
position.
who's better in that
Well,
position.
Current Foden. Maybe.
And if we do play two up top, like if we do the 4-2-2-2, I'd rather have Semeno there, like you said. So
Yeah.
Exactly.
I just don't see the. He can enjoy Newcastle next week for sure. We have to rotate the team a bit, but in the big games, I just don't know if he's in my 11.
I do like the player though. I think he's a good player, mate. I do
You know,
actually rate him.
you know what I've said to people? Like the idea of Marmoush, like totally outweighs the reality. The idea of him and the reality of him are two very, very different things. People are like, okay, he scores a lot of goals, but like, I don't know. He's just inconsistent. He doesn't score goals every game or most games.
He's also not scoring a lot of goals, which is like a bit of a like. Well, in that case, I've come away from a lot of games that Marmoush has started, thinking, what did Marmoush like actually do today? Like, and that's kind of like you say, LB, where it's like his first touch isn't great, so it's not like you spend the game watching him thinking, wow, he's really retaining the ball really well here. Like he doesn't play a lot of like through balls or anything like that to the other attackers, so it's not like he's going, wow, like his playmaking is great. He doesn't really he presses, I suppose, but like.
That's about it.
Fine.
When,
what else does he do?
Like when you're getting pinned in, like Haaland's back defending, clearing the ball. Marmoush doesn't really do a whole lot defensively as well. That's another issue I have. It's a secondary thing when you're a striker. Of course, it's not your job, but Haaland just gives you that bit more physicality. He's very wiry. He's built like a twig. He doesn't hold the ball up well. So
I think Marmoush he's active, man. I think he just runs about a bit and he makes runs behind, and he is a danger. He's obviously not outputting in a minute, but I think he is a danger. And of the players we've got in our team, there's not many really who are willing to take a shot from anywhere when he is. And he's proven by the goal of the season he got last year. You know what I mean? He has it in his locker. So I think for us, it's nice to have somebody in the team who's got that in him. I don't understand why he doesn't take more set pieces, me.
I've said this.
That's the big one. Yeah.
I said this from the day we signed him. If he's on the pitch, he should be taking out.
He should be taking all the corners.
Yeah.
All the corners and all these free kicks from angles where it's being floated in, he should be ripping them in.
Yeah, I agree.
I think if he did, he's
all look at him and
more,
think, wow, you're
more
actually doing
noticeable
something
for the
here.
team. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he's got a place for us when he plays like that. And if he does move on, he's still going to have to replace him with somebody else. And what are you going to get another Marmoush in?
No. So I think what you do is at point you go and get a winger.
Yeah, but I'm saying is eventually, but then Semeno will eventually probably become the Marmoush. You know what I mean? We're always going to need somebody who on paper is the backup to Haaland, and that play will always be 1 and 2 year cycles. So
I'm fine with Semeno being that guy though, because Semeno can also do it from the wing, and we've seen that he is so far. Obviously, this will like LB says, there will be a 5, 6, 7 game period where he does the output doesn't happen and it doesn't look so great. But I mean, Semeno presses. Semeno gets stuck in with tackles, and Semeno actually is scoring goals right now, whereas Marmoush is pressing and none of those other things. And it's like well, if so, I'm happy with Semeno being the Haaland backup / wide player, because I've seen more instances of Semeno being the wide player and still being effective from that position than I have Marmoush. Whereas Marmoush at the moment looks like if he's not playing up front, which honestly we've only really seen in cups and towards the end of last season, but now that Haaland's back in the team, he isn't really doing it that much. And when he gets dropped in for just like one game here and there, like obviously he did yesterday, is he a player who needs a streak of games like he had at the end of last season to become effective output? So. Probably.
I think so.
But if you're a useless Haaland backup, then aren't you? We need a guy who can come in and just be the guy who hits the ground running once or twice a season, or an Alvarez who's so good in another position that he plays no matter what, and just if you happen to play him up front one week, then cool, he's still in some sort of form because he plays a lot, and that's maybe where the Semeno idea of being that guy comes in.
Yeah. I say that's what we were hoping for from Semeno.
Yeah.
So
are we all agreed that once Doku's fit, Marmoush is sitting on the bench, right?
Yes.
100%.
If it's me, absolutely.
Yeah.
You're saying basically we should sign like a striker.
That's Edin Dzeko, isn't it?
Yes, that's the one. That's who we should have bought him in summer.
Shameless.
Let alone now.
So it's actually the effects of playing in League One, mate. Let's be real.
I'm mad that Danny knew this was Edin Dzeko right from just the rip.
Well,
Oh,
it's only second division Bundesliga striker.
It's
guy,
League
no?
One. It's League One standard. It's like playing Scotland. That.
Bring him home. Yeah, no, it's mad. Now we'll see what happens with him, man. I think there's a chance that Marmoush and Savio both get off at the end of the season and City invested in a new winger. And then you'd need a right back, a midfielder, and then that's it, done. Because there's not much to do in the transfer window this summer. There's not really that much to do. You need a right back, yeah. You need a midfielder, and you decide what you do with a winger. You know what I mean? Other than that,
that's just hoping that nothing happens to midfield.
Well, yeah, that's on the proviso that Rodri stays. If Rodri goes, just fucking emergency meeting. No, I think Addison comes in for Bernardo.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, you just that right there is the big part of the transfer window. I think.
No, because Bernardo's gone. Bernardo's obviously gone. He said he's going. He said it in his press conference. He said, "All City fans know what's going on." That's what he said.
But I think they probably were rooting through his house.
Rumor is there's a 1-year extension maybe about to happen.
I don't think so.
I'm sure there'll be an offer, but I doubt he'll take it. I think he's wanted to leave for too long at this point. There's no way.
It's the thing. If Bernardo, Rodri, or both stay, I think there's still a question to be asked about Kovacic. There's a lot going to be happening at midfield this year. Kovacic and Nico. There's probably going to be a lot in and a lot out.
G. Martin says Nico G.
Well, 2 days ago, Martin was convinced that Rodri was leaving. So I don't know if I can take his comment.
Well, you say 2 days ago, like he's still not convinced. Did he say something to make you think he's not convinced?
I was watching
today?
this thing with Tone and Polpy, and it was like 2 hours of him saying, "I think Rodri's gone in the summer." I'm like, all right. Mate.
Is it just me who's getting to the end of games now to the last 15, 20 minutes, especially when we're in positions where we're like defending, thinking, why the fuck is Nico G not coming onto this pitch? Like, it's like Rodri. It's like now that Rodri's back, Nico G just does not exist.
Time for a little super chat from George Holt. He says, every time I tune in, that Joe is negative. # save it.
I'll just stop tuning in then. Like,
you know what though, Joe? Yeah, I can't lie, right? I reckon 99.9% of the City fan base yesterday was questioning that decision by Pep Guardiola to bring on Reinders instead of Nico G. However, I thought Reinders played really well when he come on.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying. Sorry, I'm not saying this in terms of like yesterday's game specifically. I'm just more thinking like generally since Rodri has returned.
Generally,
like,
yeah.
Nico G is back to just being the bench guy again. And like,
generally, I agree with you. Like, I'm pretty surprised we've not seen Nico G because we're gonna get to a point again where Bernardo's burnt out or Rodri's burnt out. So yeah, I am surprised that we've not seen more Nico G. And I was surprised that Nico G didn't come on for Nico O'Reilly yesterday because he seems to be more like for like than Reinders is for Nico O'Reilly. Credit where credit's due though. That sub actually was really good because I thought Reinders was really good yesterday in terms of what we were looking for. But I don't know, I think Nico G's done really well this season, like when he's played. However, I just think that Pep ain't like a massive tier fan. I think he rates him. I think thinks he's a good player. But I don't know. It's weird.
It's just a case of if Rodri's fit, Rodri starts. And does Nico G want to be the guy who sits there waiting for Rodri to go down injured? Probably not.
And then not even coming on for Nico O'Reilly. Yeah, that's the weird one for me.
And this is the thing, because obviously now that Nico O'Reilly's emerged as this like semi-double pivot /8 guy coming in and like playing next to Rodri,
which I thought that was going to be Nico G because that's what I was saying all season. Yeah. I was saying, I can't wait until Nico G and Rodri play together in the same team. It turned out that Nico G wasn't the guy; it was Nico O'Reilly.
Yeah, I don't think it's Nico G in particular. I think it might be the combination of the two. Like, I don't know. I don't think Nico G is like as good on the ball as O'Reilly is or as Reinders is. I don't know. The pitch felt very congested in that second half. Don't know why, but
I think one of Nico G's strengths is that he's minting tight spaces. Like the number of times that we saw him when he was playing in that when he was coming in for Rodri was that just under pressure he would just turn it inside out and just do one quick flick and the ball he's got to pass on to someone else. Like I think he can do what obviously maybe not to. In fact, probably arguably as good as Nico O'Reilly can. He can do a lot of the things that Nico O'Reilly can do. And that's why I find it so baffling that it's not even been given a shot. Now, obviously, like Pep loves Nico O'Reilly, and that's fair and understandable. But I think if you've got a guy there in Nico Gonzalez, and maybe Pep just said to him, "Look, like you've played basically half a season uninterrupted. And to be fair, for large chunks of that, we were watching Nico G thinking, how long is it until this guy goes down?
And
Because
he
he's
did
playing
start
every
to
minute
decline because he was getting
Yeah.
spammed out. His form started to go down.
Yeah,
And then he got injured. It was like a perfect example of player goes mint, you overplay, form starts to dip, injured.
But he's now had 6 weeks to sort of get over that. And I think that Herbal has said in the chat here, who the fuck's our Rodri rotation guy if he goes? Because we spent years trying to get one of these guys in. And now that Rodri's A, off the back of an ACL injury in the last 12 months, and B, getting older, and C, potentially off in the next 18 months if he doesn't fancy signing a new contract, I don't think we can really afford to just let Nico G go or give Nico G reason to want to go. Which it feels like we have basically done since Rodri's come back from injury because we just refused to put him on the pitch at any point. So,
well, once Martin tells us that Rodri's going to leave, then we can stay. We can figure out if Nico G's going to stay or not. So then, because he'll tell you that he might leave too. So
I think both could go.
That's just wild to me. I don't know why
that's not going to happen. No chance.
How come we've been linked with two midfielders then?
Not FIFA, mate.
Who have we been linked to? It's just been Anderson.
Who's the two?
Anderson
and who?
No, it hasn't.
Morgan
Gibbs White, they're very interested in.
Gibbs White's not a defensive midfielder, though. It's
Gibbs White, give over.
Will you all jump? Whoa. Jesus.
You didn't even get a hi. How are you doing?
Yeah. Hi, how are y'all doing before you all jump down my throat? Danny's always like, no, I'm not having it. Tonali, they're interested in. Gibbs White, they're still interested in. Livramento, they're willing to go big money, which I find astonishing with his injury record.
Yeah.
Who? Livramento? I'd go for Reece James, man.
No, there's no interest in James. Pep wants one guy. The one guy's Livramento. He's desperate for Livramento. And listen, my thing with Rodri is the contract's been. I always say reportedly, so I don't get into trouble. They made 2 offers, still unsigned. Why?
Because he just wants to wait until the end of the season to see.
No, you can keep telling yourself all that. Elliot Anderson's deal.
Oh, I don't fucking believe that. I don't believe that one bit. I think it's all.
Are we really going to believe he's waiting till the summer?
That's what people tell me.
I think he'll be waiting. I think he'll be waiting till the summer to see what other clubs are going to say is waiting for him at the end of his contract.
City can't wait till the summer, Joe.
Well,
they ain't letting him go on a free. They'll sell him this summer. They ain't letting a 29-year-old Rodri walk out on a free bet.
I would.
No chance of letting that happen.
He'll be 30-year-old, won't he, when he comes to the year?
We're not talking De Bruyne 34.
Who you getting as a replacement, Martin?
I've always said I think this is what the Anderson stuff is.
I wouldn't hate that, to be fair. I think
this is what I've always think the Anderson stuff
see
is.
Him playing in that deeper position.
Or it could be Tonali, or it could be
Tonali, man.
Listen, the Nico G thing is a couple of things, and you talked about it before. He's now third backup behind Nico Riley. He's not even coming on. He's not even coming on anymore.
Yeah.
His last minutes were Salford.
Yeah.
Nico Riley, and not even funny. He's not even coming off the bench.
But to be fair, we've had 1 game a week since Salford. If you can play Rodri on 7 days rest, you play Rodri on 7 days rest. That's where I'll come back.
So if you're Jorge Mendes, and we know how Jorge Mendes is, would you be all right with your client sat there doing that?
Probably not, but again, I can see the reasoning why he's not playing.
And Barcelona are still interested. They want to bring him back.
Well, good luck getting the money for that.
They're getting money, Joe. They're about to get a Spotify deal. A load of money.
There's no way I'd be selling. How much are you getting for Rodri then this season? 1 year left on his contract, 30 years old.
Listen, I want Rodri to stay, and I hope he does. I just think this is just my personal thing. I think he wants to go home. I think he wants to go back to Spain.
I think he does as well.
I just think he wants to go back to Spain.
He's probably looking at his contract as well, thinking his contract's currently running out at the same time that Pep's contract is running out, and he's thinking, do I want to go through at my age the upheaval / new cycle of another manager, when he can go to Madrid and
Well, Madrid's going to get a new manager though, so the same thing applies.
yeah,
to
but he's
Madrid.
gonna get like 500 grand a week if he does that.
But
innit? Like,
listen,
he's gonna
there's
be-
life after Rodri. There was life after Company. There was life after De Bruyne. There was
Yeah,
life
but why would
after
you sell him?
Fernandinho.
No, I don't get that. I don't get why you'd actively choose to sell him. I'd easily decide to get rid of him on a free. I'd keep him for one more year and get him rid of him on a free.
It depends how much money you're going to get for him, though, doesn't it? If Madrid are going to come with like 100 mil, like
They're not going to pay that, Joe, are they? Madrid aren't
not-
paying.
but-
Madrid lowball you. The lowball you know
but
full well that
Spurs-
if you don't accept it, it's
But
going
they're looking about
anyway.
50. They're looking about 50.
50 mil.
50 mil can get to fuck. He can stay for he can stay.
Exactly.
and leave on a
I
free
accept
50 mil.
50
in today's
mil.
market, that's peanuts. Come on.
I'm not taking 50
But
mil.
did you all say that with 20 million for Matt Gay then? Who
Yeah,
was Palace's
that's,
captain?
Crystal
just
Palace
one-
are in a completely
20
different
million's one
situation.
single-
Oh, so,
peanuts,
so
yeah.
we can do it to other clubs, but they can't
Yeah,
do
because
it to us, is what you're saying.
Crystal Palace are financially in the shit, and also we're in a position where
Right.
like he's there. He's come. They had
So
6
you want
months
to
left on his
suspend it
deal.
with 300 million this summer and we don't make any money?
Well, no,
Yeah, I've
we're going
got
to sell
lots
other
of players
players.
to sell.
Marmoush
Who are you gonna
is going
sell?
to go.
Marmoush,
Nico G.
Savio, Ake, Stones' contract's gone.
Savio is
Bernardo's
going
contract's
nowhere,
gone,
LB.
Kovacic got did that.
LB, I'll have you a 50 quid bet right now. He's not going nowhere. You need to accept Savio.
Right, so
Savio is Pep's little projects, and while Pep's is Savio
Right,
is, you
well, he
need to
could do with
accept
touching
that.
the
So you
ball
got-
more
so
than
you got
twice.
Savio-
in 30 minutes, but okay.
So you've got at minimum, you've got
Mhm.
Stones, Ake,
Stones on a
this is just-
free.
but wages freed up nonetheless. So
300 grand a week.
gone, Bernardo gone, Ake
But
probably going to
I
go.
bet you Bernardo don't go.
Bernardo's
Look,
gone.
I'd be okay with that, but I would.
He's
I'd
fucking
expect
said
him
it.
to go.
He said it in a presser about 3
He's
months
been
ago.
saying
He
it for
says, "I'm
years.
going, mate."
He's been saying it for
He's been
years.
saying for years he was going. Well, I can tell you, City have offered
He
him a
ain't
1 year
fucking
deal.
staying.
The moment he's
It's not. It's yeah, but in those previous years though, it's not been our fault that no one will offer him the money, offer us the money. Sorry, but now he's going on a free. Like that's not a thing
Yeah,
anime Like he
he's
can just go
gone,
wherever he
man.
wants now.
Yeah, City don't want
Also-
him to go though.
We
Pep
did
and
this
the
with
club want to
Gundogan,
sign
No,
him.
man.
I totally understand that, and that's fair. But anyway, so yeah, so you got Stones, Ake, Bernardo, probably. Kovacic is almost certainly gone. Surely
He'll get about
Then
5
you've got-
million for him.
that's fine, but his wages freed up as well. Then we've sold Oscar Bob, but you can argue that probably funds Guehi and others.
Grealish, Joe. Grealish. Get him in there.
Grealish money
There
will
you
be
go.
gone. That's
That's 500 million easily.
that's fat
for all
wages.
this.
So how much is Anderson coming in for?
80.
65.
How much
90.
were Tonali or Gibbs White coming for?
We're not
I
signing
don't think
any
we're
of their
getting
players.
Tonali or Gibbs White.
We're not signing any of them.
55
No,
for
not-
Gibbs
not-
White.
not
I
to
don't
not-
think so.
Gibbs. If you're bringing in Gibbs White to replace Rodri, then
So
what the
we're
fuck
getting
are
rid
you
of
doing?
4
Like,
midfielders and we just bring in one.
No,
No,
Gibbs
because
White's Kovacic's replacement, Joe.
Nico O'Reilly is now a midfielder. So there's
Right.
one. Yeah.
Kovacic has not existed for 8 months.
Anderson
and we're
comes
fine.
in.
So
Yeah.
Kovacic replaces
Foden,
Gibbs
who's
White.
basically been non-existent this season. Hopefully this guy can returns next year. And hopefully Reinders
Well, he better do
becomes a
with the
player
wages
that...
he's about to get.
Well, that's
Foden
what I'm
better
saying.
turn up with his 300k a week.
If we so
Way
let's say as things stand with those incomings and outgoings, then that means our midfield options would be Anderson, Nico O'Reilly, Nico G, assuming that he's not going out, and then also Foden, Cherky, Reinders, and
Gibbs
am I
White.
missing anyone or is that it?
But you're not
Not Gibbs
covering
White.
injuries. Exactly. No, you've not missed it. You're not covering any injuries.
Oh, you forgot about Rico Lewis as well, Joe.
Well,
Rico
Rico
Lewis,
Lewis
yeah,
will be
of
gone. I think
Rico
He's
Rico
definitely
Lewis
gone.
will be gone.
There you go.
30
That's 25, 30 mil.
No, to be
That's
fair,
what I mean.
to be
But,
fair,
so we're
if
back to
Kovacic-
4 midfielders.
Yeah, no, if
One
Kovacic,
injury, we're
Bernardo...
fucked.
Yeah, so sorry. If Rodri leaves, then we do need to sign a second midfielder. I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's not
Which will be
Tonali.
Tonali. Which is Tonali, they're going to want
Nah.
80 to 100.
I don't want Tonali.
Gibbs
He's
White,
overrated.
you're looking at 60 to 80.
If Gibbs White signs for this football club, man, then we
But
need
if we the thing is if we sell Rodri, then Gibbs White plays a position that is not Rodri, so we haven't replaced Rodri
Exactly.
with Gibbs White. You just signed
Gibbs
another
White, is your,
midfielder.
Gibbs White is your Kovacic replacement, Joe, in the squad.
You're also not replacing Rodri with Anderson. That's another weird one to me. Anderson's never the deepest lying midfielder at Forest. That's
Tonali would be a better Rodri replacement than those, but I still think one, doesn't he want to go to Arsenal? Quite strongly linked to them as well, and two, I'm sure he said that he wants to go back to Italy rather than stay in the Premier League.
Well, I
It's just
can
not
tell you
that
now,
good. It's
they are
overrated.
They are negotiating very hard for Anderson. Anderson's way down the line.
I think Anderson's a done deal. to be
Anderson's
honest.
down the line.
Yeah.
It's the if Rodri goes, who did they go and get?
Yeah.
I'd go and get a Premier League proven midfielder.
Don't say it.
Who would that be then?
Don't say
Oh my God.
Gumares. Don't do it. Don't do it.
I don't like that face.
Hang
Don't do
on,
it.
hang on. Now, this is the debate I keep having with you because this is no, you can do that all you want, you little smiley cat. Because here's you, right? Oh, Rodri, I'll let go for a free. He's 29, but you want to go and spend 80
million on a fucking
another
29-year-old.
No. You missed the point. You missed the point.
What's the point?
No, wait a sec. Yeah, I
But
would
you're a
not.
shit accountant.
No, I wouldn't sell Rodri.
No, that's what I mean. You'd let him go for free. No
Yeah, but if
money.
it-
But you'd spend 80 million on another
But then you wouldn't.
29-year-old.
But then if you let Rodri go on a free, he's going nowhere this summer, so you don't need to buy anyone. That's fine.
Exactly. In my game, we're not
you want
signing.
to buy Bernard, you want to buy Bruno at 30 then?
No, because
We'll
I
probably
don't buy Bruno. For me, I only sign Bruno G this year if Rodri goes. But I don't sell Rodri in my game. In my game of FIFA, Rodri ain't going anywhere. He's staying. So I'm not
We're gonna
signing
be-
Bruno G.
In
And
5
also,
years,
if-
we're going to be here doing the Isco thing with LB with Bruno
What are
G.
you doing
If
with
you-
Bruno G? You're obsessed with Bruno
if
G.
you're-
man.
I'm not
but
signing
then if-
Bruno G. I refuse. I'm saying I wouldn't sign him because
But
in my
if you-
game, I'm not selling Rodri. But
If you
if
do
in this
sell-
hypothetical situation, you decided to sell Rodri for 50, 60 million, I don't want no young project player. I want someone who's Premier League proven or proven in La Liga or Bundesliga, like top level proven player in the prime. And
If you do that
go and
with
get him.
if you do that with Bruno G for 80, you are basically just paying 20, 30 mil for Bruno G, which is fine. That's not a problem. If Rodri's going out the door, for 50,
when has he
60,
been any good in this
then-
league for the last 3 years? Let's be real.
Bruno
don't,
G.
Don't bullshit me. Don't bullshit me.
Oh, where's the clip, man?
You go in prison. You go in
But it don't have to be him. You can go get someone else. But all I'm saying is, don't be replacing Rodri, yeah, with some fucking 19-year-old, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll
Yeah,
be fucking
that's the
fuming
thing.
if you do that. But I wouldn't sell Rodri anyway. So in my head, it ain't happening. I'm just
Yeah.
signing Anderson and that's it because I'm not signing Rodri. I'm saying, sorry, mate, you're going on a free next year. And he probably goes, sweet, I'll take that. I get a massive sign-on bonus. Happy
Yeah.
days.
Does Miana say that?
Do you also, but does Pep say that? Like, Pep would 100% say that. He'd say, would I rather have 1 year of Rodri or 50 mil in the if that 50 mil is the absolute difference between, say, Livramento, if he's someone who's really got his eye on, or not, then maybe he does say yes, given that Livramento's a much longer term thing. But I don't think that Pep would want to. I think Pep would rather keep hold of Rodri than have 50 mil.
Mate, 50 million profit. 50 million profit cannot play defensive midfield to the level that Rodri does. I'm sorry.
No,
So
The bag of cash is not.
Well, got to. So when do we make money? Well, when do we think of this as a bit? Because I know we're doing this fan stuff, but whether
We're selling half. We sell half the academy every year for like 200 mil. Like, it's fine.
Anymore. We're not anymore.
Well, wait a
We just
second.
sold we just sold Oscar Bob in January for 25. Rico Lewis is going out the door.
Who everyone said was going to be the next thing since sliced bread, and he was wow.
Right, wait a sec, yeah. So this summer, yeah, right, let's do the maths on this, right? So Livramento, 70 mil?
No chance. You're looking about 80.
80 mil. Right, we'll go 80 mil. I think that's high, but 80 mil. Anderson, 80 mil. That's 160. Yeah?
Right.
Are we signing a winger in this hypothetical situation or no?
No, I'm buying 2 mids.
Okay, so then another midfielder. What you say? Another 70 mil?
The one I want, you're probably looking about 90.
Why do you want?
Because I prefer Tonala. But you're looking about 90 mil.
Right,
We ain't
so
paying
90
that.
mil, yeah. So what we're talking there about?
Who would
what's that?
pay this? I mean, everyone goes, I'm not paying
That's
that.
two-
I'm not
wait a
paying
second,
We're
that.
not going that. We're not
Wait a sec,
paying
wait a
that for
sec.
them players.
So that's in your head, yeah. That's 250 million pounds
But this is
spent,
why I'm selling Rodri.
right? No, wait a
I'm
sec.
not letting
yeah.
Rodri go.
Whoa,
on
whoa,
first.
whoa, whoa,
Wait,
whoa, whoa!
wait,
No, Martin. 20 minutes ago, you just said you want Rodri to stay. What we doing?
No, I do. But no,
No,
that
you
was
just said you're going to sell him. What
I
are we
mean, no,
doing
the
here?
question was if he's not signing a contract. I'm not allowing him to go on a free. No,
So you would actively decide to
he's
sell
not 34 at the end of his career.
That makes it better idea to keep him if he's not 34 at the end of his career.
I don't
Like,
take
why would
some
you-
way, but I'm sorry, Manchester City have to make money at some point as well.
You make loads of money.
Stop taking it off my fucking season, Skip. Thanks very much. I know you all sit there and you're in little armchairs going, oh, I'm great for me. I'm paying for it, sunshine. Bollocks. Bollocks to it.
Hey, no, the thing is though, yeah, you've just said 250 mil spend, right? But then We've already just gone through. John Stones is leaving, 300 grand a week. Bernardo's leaving,
250 a week. Don't add 50k on a week.
300. All right, 250, 300k for Bernardo. Yeah. You're going to sell Ake for 10. You're selling Kovacic for 5. Right. And then there's probably Marmoush probably goes for 60.
Grealish, 300k.
Grealish probably goes for 20, 25. And his wages fully off the wage bill. Yeah. So, like, for me, like, how much money do you not think we have to spend?
Rico Lewis, that's like
Calvin
Phillips,
30 top.
Rico Lewis, 30 mil. So
What's
we're not
James
allowed to spend.
Trafford got Trafford walking out, probably
James
another 30,
Trafford.
40.
Are we not allowed to spend? Are we not allowed to spend 160 mil?
I'm not saying we can't spend, but I don't understand why you're allowing everyone to just walk for free.
But we don't
I think
need to sell Rodri. That's the point.
Case, though.
Rodri wants to go, Joe.
We will let
Do we
his players
know
walk.
I'm sorry to accept this. Rodri may not want to stay.
Bernardo Silva didn't want to be here. Bernardo didn't want to
He's
be
had a
here
contract on the table for months, Joe. Why is it unsigned?
because you don't want to be here.
Thank you, Elby.
Bernardo Silva didn't want to be
face
here.
the reality and stop
Bernardo-
sticking our heads in the
Bernardo-
sand like an
Bernardo
ostrich.
Silva didn't want to be here. He stayed.
Martin, question for you. Then.
Is it possible? It's possible, Martin, that you could not sign an extension now, but still be open to seeing out the last season of your deal. Is that possible?
In this
Yes,
situation,
it is possible.
The answer is yes,
it is
because Pep Guardiola's doing the exact same thing.
What?
What's more beneficial then to us to keep Rodri for a year and let his contract run out and get a year's worth of fit Rodri, or sign for 50 million?
I'd rather get Rodri to play for it now and get money for it.
Nah.
No, we all,
way.
Martin, on that, we all know whoever comes in to replace Rodri is going to need a year to get up to speed. So what we have now, what we have now is not a replacement for Rodri. So we have to do a year without a Rodri level player for 50.
Sorry, is Rodri bigger than Manchester City now?
No, but in terms of
I'm sorry, but did I miss the memo?
Martin, we're a team. We are one of the.
Is the badge bigger than the name on the back?
Are we one of the biggest clubs in the world? Are we one of the biggest clubs in the world that wants to have the best players in the world?
Yeah.
If someone came up
why
to
does
you
that biggest
and said
player in the world not want to stay, Joe?
Because he probably wants to go and earn some fat money in Madrid in Spain. That's fine. I don't begrudge him that, but
and he's Spanish.
Why does that mean I have to sell him now and not just keep him for a year? I don't understand. Like if he's what 50?
Let's say if he was 34, Joe, I'd agree with you. If he was Aguero, if he was 33, 34, fine. He's 29.
So
and great, and still a good player.
For me, it sends the wrong signal. Rodri will become the best ever free transfer ever in the market if you do this.
Who cares?
Depending on how he plays once he goes at Madrid.
No, it won't be. Who cares?
No, so you're putting sort of like pride ahead of what's best for the football.
No,
club.
my club is bigger than any of them players. I'm sorry.
So what's best for the club is to keep the Ballon d'Or midfielder Rodri for an extra year and then let him go on a free. That's what's best for the football club.
That's worth 50 million. That's worth 50 million.
I want him to stay. I want him to stay. Commit the money. Sign the 400 grand a week. Sign the extension.
You'd rather get 50 million for this guy than maybe he wins us another.
I want players who want to be here, basically. Danny.
50 million.
I want players who want to be here.
People let's say.
I want players who want to be here.
Let's say Martin.
Be here, fuck off.
But let's say Martin.
Don't want to be here.
Let's just say Martin. Hypothetically,
for anyone, you don't want to be here. Doors there.
Martin, hypothetically, right? Let's just say, okay, that Rodri doesn't sign an extension. However, he and Pep have a chat. It all comes out that they have both agreed he is more than happy to see out the last year of his deal and give 100% for City while he's here. He will just leave alongside Pep at the end of those two contracts next summer. Are you happy with that?
With Bernardo, I wasn't happy with Bernardo for ages.
But I'm asking about Rodri. Are you happy with that?
No, because I know he wants to go.
But oh my god! Well, that means every player wants to go. Like, apart from with a few exceptions, every player is going to leave at some point. So might as well sell them all now. Then
I also feel it's important for me to get my point across here and say that if Rodri goes to Real Madrid, it's the fucking ultimate betrayal, and I will take that personally.
The ultimate betrayal.
It fucking is.
You guys are too
no, because I'm not having it. Right, I'm not having it. That what they did to us as a club, and it came from the top. To see Rodri playing a Real Madrid shirt after all the shit we've taken as a club, all the shit he took as a player.
He's Spanish.
I'm not having it. I don't give a shit. I'm sorry.
Spanish.
That's a betrayal to me. That's a
He's
betrayal.
Betrayal to
Spanish,
himself, though. It's
he's
not
n-
to
he's
us.
No,
not-
no, it's a betrayal to me.
But he's
I think
Spanish,
it-
bro.
I
I think
don't
it's-
give
I
a
think
fuck I don't give a fuck if he's Real Madrid himself. It's a betrayal to me.
Mate,
for
it's
him
Madrid.
to
It's
go
Madrid,
there
not
after
Man
all
United.
that has
Stop
happened.
talking now. At least I'm doing it from a
Have a go.
business.
Bring it. I'll
sense.
take it. I'll
I'm
swallow it all
not
day.
doing the
Literally, Paul,
emotional bit. He is.
I'm saying it's a massive betrayal to me, that, and I think that's a disgrace.
For me though, if he's not bothered by that, I think he's dumb. But if he's not bothered by that, I don't think it's a betrayal to.
Well,
City for him to
how would
go.
you not
It's
be
a-
bothered by that? It's the most important individual award you can get in football.
Because he's not rattled. He didn't get rattled by it. It was cool as a cucumber.
I'm not having that. I'm not having it. Sorry, but
It
there's
sounds like
certain
you got
things
more
that I
rattled
can't
by
have.
it than he did.
There's things that I can't have in football, and that is Rodri going to Real Madrid after all the shit we've taken, and us signing Trent Alexander-Arnold. They are the
I
same
keep
thing.
saying I don't think they did slander him. They were defending
No,
their
they,
guy.
no, they did. No, they did bollocks. It came from the top. They did the ultimate betrayal.
No,
to
they
us.
just they
They're
threw their
fucking
toys out the
horrible.
prom because
They're
their
horrible.
guy
They're
didn't
horrible,
win.
mate, and it's a betrayal. And seeing him in a Real Madrid shirt will break my heart.
To me, I think they just chucked the toys out the pram because of Vinicius.
Yeah.
Didn't get it. I don't think it was.
No, I
anything
think there's
like
more
that.
to it. I think there's more to it. It's a
Nah,
deep
it wasn't-
hatred for
it-
the club,
it-
and it's come from the
Pulpy,
top.
Pulpy, it wasn't
having it.
how dare Rodri win. It was how dare Vinny not win. That's what it was.
Yeah,
And
but
that's- and
it came at the sake. It came at the sake of.
It came at the
our club and our
expense of
reputation.
Rodri.
Bollocks.
Yeah, I
No,
completely-
sorry, mate. There's certain things that I will not let go, and that is one of them.
Right, okay. Well, Rodri will, so who cares?
Well, I'll hold a grudge against him forever, and he will tarnish his legacy. City.
I think some people
No,
are
he-
scared of Rodri going. That's what
I'm
I'm
not.
I'm so
not.
you said it right, Paul. One thing I will say is no one saying you. I think people have got to wake up and realize the days of Rodri are coming to an end.
I've said that since
And I
last
know
season.
people don't like
Right,
that.
Rodri's
I
coming.
know it's hard to
Everyone's
hear,
aware of that, though. I know that's.
but I don't think they are. I think there's still some
But,
grass.
but
to
why,
get there.
my question to you is, why are you willing to take 50 mil for this Ballon d'Or midfielder rather than
Mhm.
keeping him for what could be, by the way, Pep Guardiola's last season at the football club? Would you not want to give Pep
Mhm.
Guardiola everything possible to let
No,
him
'cause
go
I
and
don't
win
want
in
it
that
to
last
stop.
year?
I don't want it to prevent the rebuild and the full transition through.
Mate,
Let's
he's
say-
he's a fucking
let's say
mid
Martin.
player. How's it stopping the
Yeah.
rebuild?
Let's say
So is
Martin.
Elliot
let's-
Anderson
let's-
sitting on a bench?
Mate, you're
then?
mate, you're
Is
treating
Elliot
this guy-
Anderson sitting on the
you're-
bench next
You're
year?
treating
Elliot
this guy like
Anderson
he's
will obviously be-
Kovacic. Like,
Elliot Anderson will obviously be like rotated in through the year and maybe not be the first choice for his first.
Right, so
season
Elliot
at the
Anderson
club,
has a
which is not
choice
out
of
of it.
Chelsea, Man United, clubs around Europe, and we say you come in and rotate for a year.
Well, if he's thinking of the
Well, I
next
mean, there's only
12
one
months of
club
his
in that.
life, then yeah, he won't do that. But
I
he's
don't
obviously
think
thinking.
You
Anderson's
do
gonna
realise
be
though
used.
these players are not City fans.
I don't
Anderson's
think
not
Anderson's
job
going to
to
be
him.
a six, though. Anderson's going
The
to play
job
next
to
to
him.
Rodri. Anderson's not a six. He's going to play as an 8. Anderson's going to be box to box. Anderson's going
What
to
are you
do
doing
the
with
Bernardo.
Reinders? What are you doing with Cherky? What are you doing
Reinders
with
at the
Foden?
moment.
Rotating them all. That's fine. Cherky's a winger half the time while he's here. It's not like it's a big deal.
But rotate. I love the way everyone goes rotate.
Grinders is going to be a rotator.
Players
the
don't see
way
it as
he's playing.
rotation. That's why Nico G's considering his future.
Well, he can get off if he wants.
I love the
So,
way everyone
Martin,
does
can I
this
just-
rotation job.
Can I just
We do as fans, but
Can
it's
I just
not
ask Martin?
a player.
So let's say on this Rodri thing, because you say it's a business decision, you say it's a business
Yeah.
thing that we can't take 50 mil over him, but you're also on the other hand saying that it's principled that you don't want anyone here who doesn't want to be here. So let's say, for example, if we knew that we could keep hold of Rodri for that final year of his contract, and he said to Pep that he's happy, the two of them are happy to see out his last year at City. We'll give it the role. They're both going to leave on a free at the end of that season, and we also have the ability financially, without selling Rodri for 50 mil, to do everything we want to do this summer. Then will you keep hold of Rodri, or is it strictly an emotional? I don't.
Right,
want
if
someone
you
here
know
who
you
wants to be
can
here
do
decision.
that, and it doesn't then affect the Elliot Anderson or the transition through, then fine. I think it
Sick.
will. I think it will. If you think Elliot Anderson, when he's got a choice of 6 or 7 clubs, he's just going to happy to rotate around for a year, no chance.
I don't.
Why
think
not? Like, why? What can I
Wait a
just ask? Why
second.
not? Like,
Wait a sec,
Because
Joe,
they
wait
won't
a
play
sec.
football, Joe. They're not
Rodri-
City fans.
Rodri and
Not here because
Anderson.
the stadium's pretty. They're here because they want to play football, mate.
Martin, Rodri and Anderson are not competing for the same spot in this City team. They're
That's
not
where
playing
they
in the
disagree.
same. I don't think. Does anybody else on this panel disagree with me? Like, Martin,
No, I think
he
it's
does.
spot on.
I've said for a while, I think Rodri and Anderson will be the 6.
I don't think Anderson's going to be the 6. Anderson's going to
Well,
be the
also-
8.
Also, another thing to consider here is that Chelsea are by no means guaranteed to win trophies. They play 2 midfielders, and they're both already Caicedo and Enzo Fernandez. So he's not exactly going to walk into that midfield. United are shite. So why would he not pick City over those two? I don't
You can
understand.
say United are shite all they want, Joe, but they're not.
They throw money. They throw money at people and they're big, but they are shite. I'm sorry. Carrick has got them playing well at the moment, but if in the summer they get Glasner or someone who is not Michael Carrick, they are going to continue to be very mid at best. So why would Elliot Anderson not take 12 months of not being nailed on first choice at City, which by the end of the season he absolutely could be, over those 2 clubs? I am not at all worried about those 2 clubs in this situation, just because he might not be first choice next season. That is not for me.
Then that's fine. It's your opinion. No, Joe, that's your opinion. I don't think footballers say it that way. We're looking at it from a fan's point of view of they want to come play for City. I'm sorry, City is not always the number 1 game in town for every player.
Haven't you already said that Elliot Anderson's already down the line already? You've already said it's already down the line, so obviously he's fine.
Yeah, because I don't think because I'll be honest with you, I think the club will sell Rodri.
Got a question for you then, Oliver's here. Based on what you've seen of Anderson at Forest, do you think he's good enough to walk straight into our team? Because I don't.
Yes.
I really don't think he's, from where he is and what the standard they play football, he's not guaranteed to walk straight into our team. Sorry.
I don't know if he's better than O'Reilly, though. That's the thing. I wouldn't drop O'Reilly.
Oh, I think.
Remember, Danny, though, in this situation, Bernardo's also gone.
Ah, right. Then yeah.
I just don't think he's good enough to walk straight into. I don't think he's proven enough.
Wait a sec, Pulpit. In your head, are you saying that Bernardo's still here? Because Bernardo went here in this situation. No, they're not. Bernardo was not staying.
No, they can't. They can't both stay.
If Bernardo goes, right?
Yeah.
Then I still don't think Anderson's guaranteed to walk straight and say, this is my position. I think he's going to have to come in. The same thing that all Midfield would have to do, and that is do a year's apprenticeship under Pep and earn your place. And then if he doesn't, so be it.
I think
when has that never happened?
I think Anderson's top player. I think he walks.
When has that never happened where a player's come in midfield and
right, so hang on, out this midfield then on Saturday. Look at the midfield, right? Let's swap on Marmoush out for Haaland. You've got O'Reilly, Bernardo Silva, Cherky and Rodri. So you're saying Anderson takes Bernardo Silva?
Yeah.
Probably, yeah.
Who else then are you buying then? Are you buying any other midfielders?
If Rodri's staying, then no one.
What we're saying about Rodri, is Rodri staying here or no? In this situation.
You tell me. You tell me what
he's staying. In my situation, he's staying. I'm telling him.
He's fucking staying.
So in my opinion, he stays, and we don't need to sign anyone else. So that's fine. Kovacic goes.
Do you think he extends?
No.
Does anyone here think he extends?
No, but we've all said that we're fine keeping him on the free.
I'm not willing to say 100% he won't extend, but if he doesn't, I'm also happy to keep him.
My current stance.
Why didn't Matt Gay why didn't Palace let Gay go on a free then?
Because Palace are fucked financially.
Exactly.
Like they're totally different. They're in a totally different situation.
Palace are a selling club. They don't care about the winning like
they're mid-table. They're not arse. 20 mil. Thanks.
If we've got our eye on the Premier League and the Champions League next season, it makes no sense for us to sell the best player in the defensive midfield position in the world when we.
How much has City spent in the last 12 months?
We did what? Probably
half a bill.
Yeah, we did. What, this summer and January?
No, I'd say in the last 12 months.
So January and January and summer.
So for half a bill.
I think we did 180 in
18
January.
months, it's been about $500 million on it.
You did all see Stephen Bolton's tweet about City's wage bill and everything being sky high at the minute.
Yeah, but we're getting rid of so many players this
summer. Because Joe finance to work that way. The money, like for the Oscar Bob, doesn't come in our books for another 12 months.
Yeah, but the wages are instant.
The KDB, no, they're not. The KDB's wages are not.
What do you mean they're not instant? If we're not paying a staff member, how is it not instant?
No, because it's because your wages
on the account. Do you on the accounting?
Yeah, on the accounting, wages are still amortized.
Yeah, but
still
next year,
KDB's wages are still in our books on FFP.
But then by that logic, signing new players and selling others also won't matter because it won't affect.
No, that's what I'm saying. Why do you think they had to do a buy now, pay later on Semeno? You haven't got the freedom of cash right now to do what you're asking them to do. City are okay with FFP. The cash flow's crap. Cash flow's actually pretty poor right
now. The thing is, this
is what I mean. I don't know where that's coming from. If everyone just out for free.
Bro, but we're not
couldn't
signing a
even
lot of
pay for
players.
Semeno
I'm signing
first
two
installment.
players. I'm signing two players, maybe three. I'm not out here like in January saying we need to sign 5 players. I'm signing 2 or 3 players.
Yeah, I'm also not asking everyone to leave on a free. I'm just asking for Rodri to leave on a free.
And you know,
Rodri
Martin,
and
as well.
Bernardo to go on a free.
Martin,
Bernardo's already going on a free. I can't do anything about
selling
that.
60, 70 million pound worth of academy player. I know that's going to happen. Yeah, I've got big wages off the books. I don't know. 5 million players.
LB, it's not going to happen this summer. They're all too young.
Yeah, they're not. None of them are ready to go and get sold for 30-40.
Maybe McCaslin.
If you factor Rico Lewis, then maybe. But
Rico
Lewis, 30 mil. Maybe they'll get rid of McCaslin.
Get rid of Elaine for like 25, 30 mil. Like that's very possible. Like,
I thought everyone loved him 6 months ago. Thought Elaine was the best thing since last.
He's got no place.
6 months ago when he was out on loan.
He's got no place in the squad now, though, has he?
You know what I mean?
Also, Mafuni's a thing now. He's the new toy, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It's
okay,
like
Mafuni, they're the new toys for next year.
Yeah, I just think that like we always do it. We always find like these 10, even if it's just like load of 5 or 10 million sales that come in the summer. Like it happens. We raise
well, that's
money.
what I mean. 5 or 10 million when we just spent half a bill doesn't really get into the chunk of it, does it?
But we don't need a lot this summer. That's the point. We need 2 players, maybe 3.
We need, the problem is that the players that the quantity of players we need isn't huge this summer, but the value of them.
Yeah, that's what I mean. The outlay. We're going to be at another 700. We're going to be at $750 million.
Yeah, it's not.
And you're selling everyone out for 5 mil.
If Arsenal can do that, then why can't we? Like, you know what I mean? Like Arsenal don't even sell players, and they're still managing to do this. Like, I'm not concerned. Personally.
I think we're chilling, man. I think we're chilling.
No, listen, don't get me wrong. We're chilled on FFP. FFP, we are absolutely fine on. But that's what, like Stephen was saying, we've got to be. It's the overall of what we're paying with everything. It's more cash flow.
I reckon they'll find.
People misunderstand what I mean by FFP and cash flow.
But a large part,
Oasis concerts will pay for it in the summer next year. Be right.
Yeah.
A large
we do
part
a lot of Klarna at the minute. We're doing Klarna or ClearPay with a lot of deals.
A lot of the cash flow though is wages, which I know that it doesn't come off the books this year, but it will come off the books. Like Bernardo, Stones, Grealish, Ake, Kovacic, all these 200+ grand a week players leaving the club will. That's like probably $1.5 million wages like off the books.
But they're talking a world record bid for a fullback.
Yeah.
What is the world record though? Let's be. What is that?
Probably hours of like 50, 60
Yeah, I think you're looking about 70. We're going to be looking about. And the trouble is with Newcastle are greedy little sods, and they want silly money for every single player you touch.
Well, I mean, some of the numbers you just read out, Martin, about you suggested were like 80s, 90s. Viana's not chucking that at these players. He'll be negotiating hard.
No, I think if it's Elliot,
whatever you're thinking it is, you're going to be taking 15-20% off that because that's just what Viana does.
No, it's not that. The Anderson thing is Maranakis. He can be a little sod to deal with.
But let's all just hope and pray that Forest get relegated.
Yeah, come on. He pulled out Gibbs White on a release clause because it was secret and they found out about it.
Yeah.
That's how much of a little sod he can get.
Forest aren't going to be in Europe next year, and they'll be wanting to.
What are you doing with Reinders? His Reinders just up sticks and going somewhere now.
You're going nowhere. It's fine.
LB's gone. He's given up.
Oh, the show's better now.
I'll take over then. So welcome to the Morgan Gibbs White show.
The Morgan Gibbs White show.
This is the Morgan Gibbs White loving for the next 25 minutes.
So if we all had to guess now, like not what we would want to do, but what we think will happen, do we think Rodri will be here after the transfer window in the summer? Yes or no?
Yes.
I think
love
yes.
him too, but
I don't think he will be. I just have this weird feeling. That
I love him. Listen, I want him to. If it was up to me, I'd give him $500,000 a week and just give him a 5-year deal and say enjoy. I'd let him get flights to Madrid every weekend if he wanted and go and have time with him.
This is a change. This is quite a change from no players bigger than the club. This is huge. Like,
no. I want him. No, Joe, because one thing I will say, there is no one like Rodri around. You're never going to get better than Rodri.
So why would you let that go for a year?
No,
like, why would you not keep that around for
no,
an extra
because
year?
I think he does deserve that money. My issue with Rodri is not the money. My issue with Rodri is he won't sign the contract.
Yeah, because he wants to go back to Spain.
That's my issue, Joe. It's not the money. It's the commitment from it.
Wait a second. What about, right, if he come up to you, and said, listen, mate, Spanish and I want to go and win La Liga. What I'll do though, if you don't sell me this season, even though I'll go, I will stay and do one more year, but then I'm going on a free. But I want to go back to Spain because I'm Spanish. I want to win La Liga. How is that a bad thing, bro?
Also, if he's already decided this, he's playing now with the same level of commitment that he would have next year, surely. Because he knows he's going. If he's already decided in his head, I'm going Madrid next summer on a free, or this summer for money. Well, he's already playing now with one foot out the door in Madrid. So why?
I think he'll always maintain his professionalism. I think that's the best.
Yeah, I'm not saying he's not professional. I'm not thinking I'm about the money for the club.
But you're also about the commitment. You just said a minute ago that you're about the commitment.
If he was
the commitment's there,
I'd let him go on a free. He's not. He's 29.
I think I'm the opposite to you. I'm
that's
the complete opposite.
If he was 34, that makes him more of an asset.
Yeah, if the fact he's 29, you don't want to let him go.
I don't want to start letting 29-year-olds go out of free.
Well, but he's going to be 30. He's been almost 31 by the time he leaves.
Yeah, he'll be 31 by the time he leaves.
Almost 31, I think.
Hang on, how's he say that? You would spend 80 million quid on a nearly 30-year-old from Newcastle.
Yeah, because
only if you're going to replace the outgoing. If you're going to replace the outgoing,
I'd only buy Bruno if we got rid of Rodri, and I wouldn't get rid of Rodri. Do you know what I mean?
Listen, I want Rodri to stay. I just want my issue with the commitment is he doesn't want to stay. But from a club's point of view, I wouldn't just let him go on a free.
I would.
I think if it depends how much the money is. If it's like 50 mil, if we're talking like Sterling leaving money, then it's not worth it. But if we're talking like
what
Harry Kane money,
what fee would get you go? Ooh.
How much did Bayern buy Harry Kane for? Was it like 90 mil?
It was pretty high, almost 100.
And then I'll take that.
85,
I'll take that.
85.
Rodri is the Harry Kane of defensive midfielders. I'd 100% take that kind
No,
of.
listen, I actually said more than 50. I'm only saying being so with 50 because LB shouted at me when I said 50.
Well, if the answer is 50,
I actually said 70 to 80, and LB said I was crazy and talking out my ass.
I still wouldn't sell him for that.
Real Madrid won't pay that. Real Madrid won't pay anywhere near that for him.
Yeah, Real Madrid would pay that anyway. I think if you're going to sell Rodri this summer, it would be around 50.
I personally think knowing Real Madrid and what they do, because obviously what they did with Trent, what they've done with so many other players, they will offer us a shit amount of money in the summer. We will say no because it'll be an insulting offer, and they will do it knowing full well they've got the guy tapped up for the following year and a free regardless. That's just
and I'm cool with that. I'm absolutely cool with that.
Yeah.
Do you know the problem is we've allowed this
tap away
to get like this, and I've always said it doesn't matter which player you are, any player who gets to 12, 13 months on a contract, the power goes to them.
Well, we haven't allowed it because
we're not allowed it,
his
injuries have dictated that.
No, I'm not mean it as in we've allowed.
But if he never got his ACL 18 months ago, I think he'd have signed a contract by now.
Same.
It's not our fault, but yeah, you're right.
And do you know the other side of it
with him
is where if it was cheeker, I think he would have let him go on a free.
If what?
If it was cheeker here, I think he would let him go for free. I'm not sure, but Viana has no emotional attachment into these players. These are not his. They're not his. Viana's come here with a fresh dashboard to go, right, this is yours now, go. I'm not sure Viana is going to do, go out the free, mate. I think Viana's going to be like, we get money.
But if my sporting director wants money more than results on the pitch, I'd be very concerned.
Facts.
Yeah.
Then you might as well rename us.
But then you're saying there's no life without
Brighton and Hove, Manchester City.
You're saying there's no life without.
It's not no life. It's not no life.
There's no life after Rodri.
There is life after Rodri.
It's just what gives you the best
out until he can't go.
Yeah, as Danny says there, what gives your club the best chance of winning? Having Rodri or having 50 mil?
But does what the player want ever come into this?
Yeah, bring me the fee that I want and you can go. But you're not going to get me the fee that I want, so you're not going. If Real Madrid brought me 100 million on a table, I'd say, nice one, mate. Thanks for everything. See you later. But
I get it.
They're going to bring me 40 million.
I think we're doing it, and I hear it. We're doing it from a selfish Manchester City fan point of view. We're not. I keep saying this. The players are not City fans.
Yeah, but hang on a minute. You just said a minute ago, are you player first or whatever?
That's what I mean. But,
I'm
no,
putting
but
the
that's what I'm
football
saying.
club first.
No,
the football
no,
club is better
No,
off to have
listen to what I'm
Rodri.
saying is, so for me, no player is bigger. So it doesn't matter. The minute they go, I don't want to be here anymore, and they don't sign a contract. Bernardo did it, but Bernardo signed the contract. Rodri's not.
But I'd already signed a contract because no one would bid the money we wanted.
And
So
by
we
the
thought
way,
might
I
as
was
well
the
sign
exact
it.
same with Bernardo. And you can go and check back on other channels that I was on. I said, when Bernardo signed the contract, fine. And I said, if he doesn't, get rid now.
Also, yeah, we've been making the strongest Champions League rivals stronger too.
But that's coming anyway.
At cut price. So you might as well get, but you might as well get
delay
one
it for
more
a year.
year out of it.
Delay it for a year. Fuck it, they can have a 31-year-old Rodri and I don't not a 29, 30-year-old.
You keep the Ballon d'Or winner in his prime and then let a weaker Rodri go to them. Don't give him a stronger one.
That's and let's be real. When Rodri got his injury, he's probably knocked 3 years off his career anyway. So a 31-year-old Rodri is likely to be a 33, 34-year-old Rodri. Let Real Madrid deal with it.
It's like that's what it's kind of like is like maybe not.
They'll be getting a Casemiro. They're getting Casemiro. They're getting the Casemiro United got.
It's probably not the same because obviously there's no visible decline of Rodri yet. But if we let him go to Madrid at the end of his contract on a free, that would be like them paying out United paying out the nose for Casemiro. His legs could go any year after next. Like it's very likely. So I'd let Madrid take that risk and give him 500 grand a week and a fucking silly signing on fee rather than us sell the greatest defensive midfielder in the world, which he still is, even though he's still on a semi-recovery from injury. He still is the best defensive midfielder in the world, possibly midfielder in the world. Why would we give him to Madrid if we could not? Like, I don't understand why you would make that choice. Unless you know it is absolutely 100% required for us to bring in an Anderson or a Livramento or someone
that's
else
what we
who's going
don't
to be
know.
pivotal.
Unless I don't know tweets them, but you just said give him to Madrid. I'd rather get 50 mil out of Madrid than give him on a free.
But let's say
I'd rather take money out of Real Madrid's bank account than just give them a Rodri on a free.
But it's going out of his bank account anyway. If they give him a 50 mil sign-on bonus a year after, it's going out of their bank account anyway.
Rodri's back pocket. I'm not Real Madrid or Rodri. I'm a Manchester City man.
He's earned
but
it.
When did Manchester? No, when does City? I'm sorry. When does City take President Joe?
City take
precedent when they keep hold of the fucking Ballon d'Or winning midfielder for another year.
Yeah, he doesn't want to be here.
I don't care. He makes us better.
Do you want to hog tie players?
We've done it with Bernardo.
Martin, right?
I mean,
hold
so
Bernardo.
What's the lowest amount of money you would accept for Rodri then in this? Let's say summer comes
in
and
the
we
summer,
know Rodri's going on a free.
55 million.
That's insane to me. I can't even.
Wow.
I can't
believe that.
You want to give Rodri for a free and give it to Rodri in his back pocket. Bollocks to Rodri. Manchester City are more important than Rodri. We were somewhat before Rodri. We were somewhat after Rodri.
Yeah, none of us are denying that. None of us are denying
Manchester
that.
City is more
a better
important
team for the next year if Rodri's here.
It isn't just more important. It's the only important.
You keep saying so you keep saying all this, but right. I'm not an accountant.
I'm a City fan, Joe.
I'm not an accountant. I don't give a fuck about City's finances. I only care, are we better on the pitch, yes or no? And Rodri makes us better on the pitch. It is as simple as that. That's all I'm bothered about. And
we'll agree to disagree. We'll agree to disagree then. I'm not going to bend over and spread my cheeks for someone who don't want to be here. If
that guy's name is Rodri, then spread him. That's all I'm saying. And it's fine. Rodri is fucking elite. He can.
So your name on the back's bigger than the name badge on the front.
No, it's because of the badge on the front that I want the guy with the name on the back to still be here. That's what it is.
It's not a choice. No sense then when you say that.
It's not a choice. It's Rodri being here.
It is a choice. It is a choice.
Better for City.
Right, so let me just pose a question then. So if Rodri was to sign a new contract, how long is he going to sign for?
Probably 2 years.
For me, I'm hoping 4 years.
4 years at that. I don't think City are offering a 30-year-old.
No, I think it'll be 3-year extension, so 4 years total.
So he's going to be playing until he's 34.
Yeah.
33, 34, yeah.
I think that's what he'll be looking for.
I think that's what he's looking for. I don't think City will not offer that. City will not be offering. I don't think they would offer that. Not given that he's come back from that injury.
I think they should.
I don't think they would. And
they wouldn't give him a contract till 34.
I don't think City will. I don't think City will.
Martin,
my worry is I don't think City would.
if you know they've put offers on the table already, Martin, do you know the length of the deals that have been put on the
No.
table? Like, what is
That
the?
was a year ago, though, right? Wasn't it?
What's
So
it offer him
3
a-
years.
Why would they not offer him a contract till
I just don't think that they would do 4 years for someone who's that age, with coming off the back of that injury.
I think they'd be stupid not to offer him that contract, mate.
Can I just read you something exactly what I got? And I obviously won't. I'd share my screen, but I'll read you the exact email that I got. The DM role, Rodri's 30 this year. The DM role is hard to play, physically and demanding on the body. The Premier League is very demanding. Rodri's returning from a life-changing sports injury. Can he meet the demands of the Premier League, sometimes 3 games a week? He has achieved everything here and much more. For me, the biggest legend ever of the club. Obviously, I can't tell you where that was from. Everyone goes home at some point. Does Rodri want to win Spanish leagues and play for the biggest club in the world? 2026 is a massive year for Rodri, World Cup and his private life. Rodri has his views on how he recovers. City have views on what's best for him. Contract been on the table for a long time now. Talk started a year ago. Rodri and his future is very guarded secret at City.
But in your own words, Martin, why are we acting like 30's old, especially for someone who's not a pace reliant guy? I know that's what you got, but
I'm only that's exactly what I got.
I know that's what you got. But
I can't give you. So it's been there. It's been there for ages.
What I'm saying, off what you just read out there, Martin, I think to offer him a 3 or 4 year deal on top of that is a massive leap of faith for a club that has never really done that.
But I think I've said it all. I don't think it's a slight on City.
That is a purely business decision.
He wants to go home.
Yeah, what you just read out there, if it was to be taken as true, is a purely business decision that the club stone cold.
He's even won
the facts and just take the emotion out of it and say, he's probably not worth to the club long term a 4 year deal.
He's got nothing to prove at City anymore.
So I think that's my point. Is I just don't think 4 years on 400 grand a week is what someone's just put in the chat. That's 60 million a year or whatever. That's a massive amount of money for City to invest in somebody that's an unknown entity at that age. And
like we said the other day on Friday, he's from Madrid. He was brought up in Madrid. That's home. That's home. So he has grown up with the Real Madrid media wheel in his head. He's had it in his everything. He's had Real Madrid rammed down his throat. So when did he sign with City? 23? No, how old was he? 23? 23?
Yeah, 23.
So up to then, he's had nothing but Madrid. Come to City, done everything, even Ballon d'Or. What's he won at Spain? What did Atletico win? The Cup? Maybe he wants a La Liga.
Might not even done that.
Maybe he wants a La Liga.
Someone
he won a Super Cup in 2018 without.
He's not an Atletico Madrid. He's not an Atletico Madrid player. He was at Villarreal.
No, he was at Atletico Madrid for a
He's
while.
Atletico Madrid, that's where we
He
bought
went
him.
to them only for a year, but he did.
He's not. My point I'm getting is I don't think there's not a massive
No,
loyalty.
he's not like a boyhood Atletico guy.
No, there's not a massive loyalty to that. There isn't. It's not like So it's not a big loyalty for him to want to stay at another club because of it's not going.
Let me have a look at the.
We've had his best years, though. We've had his best years. Think of it that way. We've had the best at Rodri.
I want one more. I just want one more.
You're just greedy, aren't you, Joe? Joe's just like greedy.
Wait a sec.
You want 80 mil? You're greedy.
How do we know he can't do 2
Joe
more
wants my
years?
season ticket to go up.
How do we know he can't do 2 more years? How do we know he can't
Mate,
do 3 more years?
That's happening whether we sell Rodri or not. Sorry,
Modric played until he's 38. How do we know that Rodri can't go another 3 or 4 years? You sell
would Modric have done to his 38 in the Premier League?
Yeah, they're not playing
if his ACL blew up.
Maybe, who knows?
No, not a chance.
No, La Liga.
I'm saying
he was playing as a fucking.
All I'm saying is, Martin's saying to me, sell him because if you let him go on a free, I'm just waiting a second, because Martin's saying to me, if you sell him, because if you let him go on a free, we're going to get laughed at, yeah? Whereas, what about if we sell him for 50 million and he's still playing top level football for Real Madrid in 6 years?
Wins the Champions League with Madrid.
Are we not going to look like fucking fools then?
Yeah.
I'd be fuming if we sold him for 50 million and then he goes and is.
And do you know what's on Bernardo as well?
I'm fuming.
All I'll say, I've just got a feeling the Bernardo and Pep walking out together in 2027, hand in hand, just.
Right, I'm not opposed to that. That's fine.
I just think that's like their perfect ending together.
I don't hate that.
I think
that's
Bernardo's
fine.
definitely gone at the end of
The
the
one
day.
thing I will say is I think it will be a disaster if Rodri and Bernardo go together.
Yeah, I agree.
That is a disaster of a summer.
It's too much to lose in one.
Yeah,
summer.
nobody you bring in then would even cover that level of experience going out.
Yeah, let me have a look at the poll and some of these chats that have come in. Right? So I did a poll in the chat, right? Asked the chat what you guys were saying. There's 900 people in the chat, yet we've only had 200 votes, so you guys are just being lazy. But we've had the two options was: would you keep Rodri and let him go on a free, right? Or would you sell him for 50 million, right? And the outcome of the poll is 62% are saying keep him, let him go on a free. 38% are saying sell him for 50 mil.
Oh, well done to 38%.
That's more
brainy
than I thought that would
people.
keep him.
Well done to the brainy people.
I would sell him, sorry.
Well done.
Right, so when we sign a player in the summer, can replace Rodri and he's shit, don't be coming in the chat moaning at me that this player that we've signed is absolutely trash and can't keep the ball and can't.
Boy, if you were in charge of the finances, we'd be in bankrupt court within 12 months. You'd have also dead. You were giving Edison 400k a week.
Mate.
You want to give Bruno everything. God knows, man.
Mate, our new Manchester derby would be against Bury in the administration league. Like,
if we sell Rodri in the summer and it's like 50, 60 mil and Madrid go and fucking dominate La Liga and win the Champions League, I will be absolutely fucking sick.
But they could do that anyway, Joe. So it's not Rodri's not going to be there.
They can't at the moment. The shit. Like,
well, they could quite easily do that anyway because that's something they've done before. So it's not like Rodri's going to make that happen on his own.
But honestly, if you look at Madrid's record in La Liga in the last 15, 20 years, it's actually very unimpressive. Like if Rodri goes and takes them to obviously the Champions League's different, but if he goes and wins the Champions League with Madrid, I'll be raging. I think if we give them the tools to do that, given how like crap they've been this year,
the piss off.
It's it'll be a joke. We need to keep hold of him. I just think it's.
Do you know one thing I think you've all forgotten here? I've got a feeling Madrid are going to sell two mids. I think Tchouaméni and Camavinga are both going to go.
Right, bring in Camavinga then.
No chance. That's worse. Horrible choice.
I think they're both going to go, which is why I think they're going to pump for Rodri. Because those two will go.
I mean, if those two are going anyway, then yeah, they'll have no choice but to throw down some serious money for Rodri. But if they're going to do the classic thing of like, here's 40 mil, we'll buy Rodri now, and then we're just going to go, no, soz, and we'll just keep him free.
We could do it in a set. It's like the Livramento. You could get cute with a Livramento deal and do a Trafford and a bit of money.
Yeah.
So
I think that's on the cards,
instead of
isn't
asking them 40 mil, just say Trafford and we'll give you what, 30 to 40 mil.
That's on the cards, that, isn't it? Let's be honest.
Something like that.
Yeah.
All right, let's have a look at these chats, man, before we wrap it up. Big up to Ian, who says, we missed Haaland's hold-up play yesterday. Curious what the panel thinks. I mean, yeah, we miss Haaland, innit? When Haaland doesn't play, we do miss him. But
yeah, he's shit. He don't do now.
I was going to say, complete 180 from a
Jay,
month.
is that you?
He's lazy, you know? By the way, did you all see that Diaz masterclass?
Oh, did we? Oh,
we did.
I give him man a match. I give him my man in a match.
Don't worry, we all saw your WhatsApp chat after 5 minutes.
To be fair, Diaz fucking was bad for that, you know. That was the only mistake he made in the game.
You couldn't wait to get in your WhatsApp group, could you? Bing, man.
Yeah, but I'm in a WhatsApp group. I'm always chatting in a WhatsApp group. Yeah, but that was bad. But no, I thought he was my man of the match yesterday, Diaz. I thought he was incredible. But yeah, Ian, we did miss Haaland. But the thing is now, if you think about it, yeah, low key, was this actually pretty good for us though, Ian? Yeah, because if you think about it, right, we've only played 2 games in the last 2 weeks, and Haaland's played 1 of them. So Haaland's now coming back for Forest on Wednesday. Pep said he should be fit for it. He's coming back for that fresh. He should be fresh for the Newcastle game. He should be ready to go for the West Ham game before the international, and then we've got the cup final. So I think now, yeah, Haaland should be pretty fresh for these next 4 games before the international break. So, looking back, obviously, it's probably a good thing that he didn't play yesterday because now he's had a bit of a rest.
We don't play 2 league games. We only played 2 league games in March.
Are we all on the same wavelength now? Have you all come back into the room to say that Haaland should be dropped and Marmoush? Are we all happy that Haaland is now
I wasn't in that room.
Are we all okay? Are we all had our tantrums about Haaland now? We're all happy to say that.
I didn't say drop him. I say play Marmoush next to him.
No, a lot of people have said dropping me this, that, and the other. What is the Norwegian fridge freezer and stuff like that? Are we all back in the room now?
He was.
To be fair, his form was poor. His form was shit.
He was shit for a month. Let's
he was shit for a month. To be fair, Pulpy.
Okay, so as long as we're all back in the room, then
but we are.
I never said drop him for more than one game. Just one game, quick on the bench. And
to be fair, I was
against Wolves pretty much.
I was in the room in January watching him be shit, and I just said he was shit. That's all it is. It's now he's not shit, and that's fine.
Apology accepted, lads. It's fine.
Apology when he didn't even play games. Wild. Big up Sam. He says, my big worry is Rodri. I just feel like he's going to sign it. He would have signed it. That's what I think, bro. I'm with you, mate. I just think if he would have signed it, he would have signed it. People telling me that, like, oh, he just wants to wait till the end of the season. You know how much money that works out at? It works out about 15 million euros that he's just not accepting because he wants to wait.
Do we know what the is he being offered a pay rise in this extension?
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Well, I don't know if it's changed, but before the ACL, they were saying like it's KDB money.
Yeah.
But now
it's rough for that. Foden's isn't. Foden's is nowhere near KDB's money.
Now it's a year later. Right, well, it's actually more than a year later. It's about what?
It's about I think it was between 375 to 400. Foden's is 3 or just under 3, but his contract's longer than what Rodri's going to be. The one I got told was like basically a lifetime contract for Foden. Foden's going to be a lifer with his
like a Haaland level, like
that's
9-10
pretty
years
risky though, considering he's been poor for 18 months. But yeah, Rodri, I'd offer him like 350.
I don't think he's been poor this season. I think he's changed positions, and people don't like the new position.
Why has he been benched then for the last month?
Because I don't think we need technical players right now. I think we need physical. I said I don't think Cherky would have started yesterday if Haaland had been fit.
I think he's been benched.
I think he's benched Turbo.
I think he's been benched because he's been poor.
He's benched both Cherky and Foden lately, but no one's noticed it.
I think Cherky's been benched because he wanted Semeno and Marmoush's energy
and physicality.
I think he's going for a physical midfield. That's what he's gone through. I think he wants physicality.
Explains, because obviously you got in the centre mid, then you've got Rodri, Bernardo, and Nico O'Reilly, who are three pretty. Obviously, Bernardo differently physical, but three pretty physical players.
Turkey's your home player. He'll play at home games.
People don't realise this. If Foden's so crap, how's he got way more G&A than Bukayo Saka, who everyone's jumping around over being the best?
Bukayo Saka's been shit as well.
So
that's
none
not
of
a
us
great
are jumping all
comparison
over.
either.
He's an inconsistent player.
Saka's been terrible. Saka's been awful this season.
Saka's been bad for 3 years.
I also don't understand why, if you have a player in Foden who was like nearly a 40 G&A player 2 years ago, you would then go out of your way to make him a deeper.
That's why I don't get that.
I seen those stats going around about his running stats, and he's number one, and everyone's like, "Oh, look at him, he's proper." I don't want to see him running like that.
I'd have to see people if he's scoring goals and assists.
I think Pep's changing his role, because I got sent a quote from October 23 or 24, and his exact quote was, Foden's long-term future is a deep-lying midfielder.
Maybe that
was the exact
there, Joe, about that season where he had that G&A. Maybe that's just the outlier of a strange season. He's going to be more of a less of an output. If you look back at what was Wayne Rooney's best season at United in terms of output, he played down the middle, number 9 for 1 year.
Why would we actively try and make his output?
No, what I'm saying is Rooney's best season was a positional season when he had a massive outlier. After that, he sort of went down to an average level of what he was. I think Foden might have had an amazing 16 months, but now he's going to go back to
hey, listen,
a bit less, and that'll be more consistent for a longer period, I think.
You know what's scary then, Pulper? How's he still our second top goal scorer then? That must be, if he's crap, hardly playing. What's he still doing? No, I'm not saying you.
He is a victim.
How's he still our second top goal scorer then?
is the victim of being the homegrown player than
Exactly.
the hope of Man City for the future, and obviously the foreign fans hate that.
I think him being the second top goal scorer is because everyone else is also crap at output. Like we've been crying out for it all season. I don't think it's not been in the last 18 months. It's been no secret that if Haaland doesn't score, we probably don't score many goals, and that's continued. Obviously, since Semeno's come in, that's changed a little bit. But if it's not Semeno or Haaland, it's no one. Like really, you're relying on someone else to just sort of like chip in a goal that isn't the norm for them. And Foden is, like you say, Foden is still, even when bad, still probably the most likely person to put the ball in the back of the net, apart from maybe Cherky right now, I suppose. But yeah, I don't think Foden having like 7 or 8 goals in this season being second top goal scorer.
But he's got 10 goals, 5 assists in all competitions.
I was in all competitions, yeah. Oh, okay, yeah. I mean,
he's got 15 G now.
10 goals by March being your second top goal scorer as for a team that's got the quality in it that City does is probably not as much of a glowing endorsement of the guy on 10 goals that is a bit of a damning indictment on the rest of the team, I think.
What's Arsenal's second top leading goal scorer, Joe?
I think Arsenal shit, so I'm not bothered.
What I'm saying is Arsenal scored.
Gabriel, probably.
Arsenal scored just as much. Arsenal scored 50, 60 goals.
Yeah, I don't want to compare us to Arsenal.
What I'm saying is, you can't start ripping a guy to pieces because his output's not more than what he is.
I'm not ripping him. I'm not ripping him to pieces.
But the problem is, you're saying he's not doing well because of this, that, and the other. But
sitting here and saying that he's not been poor doesn't do any favours either.
No one's saying he's been anything other than poor for the last.
Martin has. Martin said that he's not been bad this season.
No, because hang on, because 1 month isn't a season to me, Delby.
Foden.
He's 1 month a season to you.
Foden had a good sort of 6 weeks.
No, October, November, December, he was decent. He was really good in them. He was good.
Foden's last goal was when I was over in England in December. I watched his last goal live.
But Danny, my point is his role changed then.
His role's changed, but he's much better close to the box.
Right. Arsenal, just for the record, Arsenal's second top goal scorer is Martinelli with 11. So that's the level that Foden's at. He's got less than Martinelli.
I don't want to see Foden
I understand.
change, man.
I understand the new role thing, but in this new
I know
role,
you might not want to see him
in the team. He's not getting in the team, though, Martin.
Danny, I understand that. But if you actually look at Cherky and Foden, he's rotating them both.
Yeah. With Cherky, that's more obvious.
Foden hasn't been dropped for like 5-6 games on the bounce. He started against Fulham. I don't know what and people have got to look at it. He has been starting. He's been coming off the bench.
He played 2 minutes. 2 minutes against Wolves. Yeah. He played 0 minutes against Liverpool, even when we needed a goal.
That.
Yeah. He played 3 minutes against Newcastle. So the 3 biggest games he didn't play in. He didn't start against Galatasaray. Does he start for you against Real Madrid?
Right now, no.
Why not? Why not if he's not been bad? Why not if he's not been bad this year? If he's not been bad.
Wait a minute. I understand that, but you're going off a month. So my point of the month was because he was playing 90 minutes right up until the Chelsea game. Brighton, he played 73. United, he played a full half, but that's where he broke his hand. Yeah. So he came off and he was poor. Wolves played 29 minutes, to give you that. 2 minutes against Tottenham, was on the bench for Liverpool, on the bench for Leeds, 71 minutes against Fulham and 3 minutes against Newcastle.
So we've seen his minutes decline drastically.
And then Cherky,
since January.
Right? 17 minutes against Brighton, 45 against United, 73 against Wolves, 60, 29 minutes against Liverpool, 19 minutes against Fulham, 31 minutes against Newcastle, and then yesterday was 88. So they're both getting reduced minutes because he's gone with the more physical midfield.
I do get that, but I think with
that's Cherky, what I'm saying.
With Cherky though, there's the obvious thing that his defensive work is nowhere near as high as anyone else's. But Foden does have that. So if Foden was playing, let's say Foden was doing what Cherky's doing, but could also do what Foden does in terms of tracking back. Like obviously we talked about his running stats and stuff like that. Then Foden would be playing, but Foden's not performing at anywhere near the level of a guy like Cherky, to the point where even his tracking back isn't doing enough for him to get into the team. And I think that's just, he had a purple patch in that sort of point where that October, November time where we did go on a good winning run, and him and Haaland were scoring all the time and stuff like that. But I don't think it's an exaggeration to say that since then he's fallen off a cliff and looks like last season. I think he looks like last season Foden all over again. Personally, when he played recently,
he looks like he's playing with the handbrake on, Joe. You watch him on the pitch, man. He looks like he's got the handbrake on. He's slow, like, and this is why when I'm seeing these stats, but that's killing him.
They never go. I'm not. Listen. I don't disagree. That's on Pep.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. That's on Pep.
I think this is where some of the fans' frustration is, or whether he's good or bad. I think it's because we all want to see him in that advanced role. Yeah. Pep's changed his role.
Well, Pep's,
and that's why I went to do digging, and I found the quotes. This was the plan for him to change his role.
But I can't get my head around. And again, this is not me saying it's a Foden thing. This is me saying it is a Pep thing. I can't get my head around why you would watch that guy then have a 35+ GA season and go, right, you my friend, you are moving back 10 yards further down the pitch.
Yeah, it makes no sense. I agree with you.
Yeah. So
look,
the reason why he's been very mid this season, I don't know, but the fact is that he has been mid this season, like just full stop.
Yeah.
No, I agree. I don't want to see him in this deeper role, and I don't want to see him at the top of running charts. People going, oh, look at him. Look how much running he's doing.
Sorry, mate. I've just been thrown out. My camera's gone.
No, it's cool. I don't want to see him at the top of running stats, man. I want to see him quick. Yeah, getting goals
totally
and shit. So, anyway, let me do some of these chats, see what you guys are saying, and then we'll come to an end, man. Big up to Andre. He says, if Barca spent money on Gonzalez when they need to buy a centre-back, full-back striker, it'd be dumb. They don't need him with Pedri, Gavi, Bernal, and De Jong.
That's actually true, yeah.
I actually think, by the way, our midfield will be the biggest change this summer coming up.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, well, it will be, because that's all that...
I'm intrigued with that.
We don't need a big
we talked about the defense before you came on, Martin. We've agreed that our defense is super underrated, and our attack, we've got options now. So of course it's going to be the midfield.
Yeah,
like I say, all we need at the moment is a right back, midfielder, and then you need to debate whether or not you want to get rid of Marmoush and Savio and get a winger. So you might only need 2 players in the summer.
You want Elise, don't you?
I'd love Elise.
We all want Elise. Probably not going to happen though.
Can you believe the club didn't see him as 65 million?
Because they got Savio on the cheap, that's why it was.
That's crazy that they didn't see him as 65.
If they bought Savio because they got a cut price deal because he's CFG, that's it. But listen, let's see what Savio here. He didn't do much yesterday. But we got Andre, we got MK. He says, what happens with Reinders at this point? Could he go? I don't think he'll go in the summer, but I think he needs to fix up. Otherwise, he'll find himself just being on the bench. But I thought he did well yesterday. Reinders.
He does what most players do under Pep, and he needs about a year to get used to it.
Yeah, I agree.
There's nothing wrong with that.
If next season,
if he stinks next year, then we've got a problem. But let's see how he does after a year of Pep ball.
Yeah,
cool. Big up Nadir says, I would keep Rodri because the experience you're losing with Stones, Ake, Kovacic, Silva. You need to play with mentality and experience. No, good point, bro. I'm with you, mate. I'm with you.
Yeah, fair enough.
I'm with you on that one. And big up Flamingo, who says, I agree with Martin, Man City above all. Man City first, says Flamingo. Okay, cool. Anything else, boys? Pulpit, you got anything?
Clever person,
mate.
Well done.
Nothing? You got nothing for us?
I don't think so.
Nah, we can't leave the panel without a pulpit question.
Nah.
He's struggling.
Have you got any Mark Gay stuff? I've heard you're a bit of a Mark Gay, yeah.
I'm trying to diffuse this, so I keep getting tagged in shit. People think I'm
Try to diffuse the situation. Or just by not speaking about it.
Just ignoring it because
that's
people can't understand their point of view. Mad.
Chat, panel, anything before we go? No,
because you'll get
no for once. No,
you'll get me on a rant.
Is O'Reilly, but I don't think so. He was in the gym today.
I thought Pep said it was just a knock.
I think
they were in the gym, but he gave a few of them. Some of them had a day off today. He gave some of them a day off.
Maybe we might see Nico Gonzalez in that.
I think today was what they call a gym day. And
it's
like the ones who didn't need it gymmed it and the rest didn't.
The thing is, yeah. Oh, look at this. Your mate Martin.
Well, where do you think I got the news from?
Man City are preparing a record-breaking offer for Tino Livramento in the summer. My question on this, though, yeah, is if you're going to go for one injury-prone English player, why wouldn't you go for the greatest right-back in the world right now, Reece James?
Yeah.
You and Alan.
I don't think he's ever going to leave
Chelsea.
But Pulpy, right? He's 26. He's
I've been saying I'd
I'm
James for
just
years.
coming back to that
He'll mention pace in a minute. We'll be getting the 100 metre.
No, wait a sec. Pulpy said you'd never leave Chelsea, right? He's 26. He's 27 in the summer. If City go to him and say, "Listen, mate, with due respect, yeah, Chelsea are not doing shit in the next 2-3 years. Man City are doing bits. Do you want to waste your prime at Chelsea? You've done what you need to do at Chelsea, man. You've committed your 8 years to them. He's on a 2-year contract now. Do you not think you could twist his arm?
I'd be giving him all sorts. I'd be doing
But
anything
you
he
not-
wants
but
to come
you
and get him.
say-
I'd have him
yeah,
over
yeah.
Rental. But
do you not think you could twist his arm? Though?
Well, there's also the off the pitch stuff. He's a Chelsea fan. His sister's at Chelsea. I don't know if he'd want to move.
Stay there then, but you're not going to win out.
stay there and just have a dead career with Cole Palmer.
Oh, mate, I'd love him. I think he's
A
top
dead
2 right
career
backs in the
Cole
world.
Palmer.
But
If Chelsea were like on the cusp of becoming a Premier League title team, like fairs,
Yeah,
but they're
I'd
not.
understand it. But
They're another
yeah,
three. They're probably 2 seasons away minimum.
Real.
By that time,
Chelsea
he's
would probably
29.
sell him as well. Chelsea would sell him.
Bro, I'd pay 40
40 million?
What's
40
naughty
million?
cash?
Chelsea-
I'd
What's
snap your
naughty
arm
cash?
off for that.
Wait a sec. What did you just say? How much?
just said 40
I reckon
million.
you could get him for 40 million out of Chelsea.
Mate,
Are you?
No, because
No way.
they're mad. They
Not
would
a
sell him. I
chance.
just think they would
Oh
be seeing
my God.
pure profit.
No, they,
Oh,
no, they,
Hang on a minute.
They
Haven't they just done losses of 400 odd million quid? They have got to
They-
sell
got a
players.
They would take
reputation on
40
this
million.
channel, man. They're not going
They
to
have
take
got to sell,
40
mate.
million, bro.
No,
What
sell,
are you
take it.
sell, baby. I've
talking
got
about?
to sell.
Oh my God,
They're in
bro.
major financial stuff.
They would take 40 million.
They've no more hotels to sell.
They're a selling club now, mate. They need money. They're not going to go with 100 million because no one's going to pay that. If you tickle them with 40 mil, I reckon you'd do that.
tickle him.
I can't believe.
What do you
that,
reckon
mate.
most likely? Viana goes in with 40 million or he goes in with 80?
I can't believe what I mean.
What do you come on? Answer me. What do you reckon? The more chance of Viana going for 40 than there is 80.
Bro,
Is there?
there's not a chance you'd get
There
them
is.
for
There's
40
more
million.
chance that Viana goes in with 40.
You'd
instead
need to
of 50.
pay at least 80 million quid for Reece
Nonsense.
James.
Nonsense.
You would.
There's more
More
chance
from
that-
right back.
There's
No.
definitely more chance that he goes in with 40, but there's not
Thanks,
a
Joe.
fucking
Thank
world
you
where
very
there's
much,
not,
Joe.
yeah, but there's not a world where Chelsea accept that. There's no way
Oh,
that they go like, yeah, okay, cool.
I'd say 40. 40
mate,
mil.
if they're in financial difficulty,
Why
would they
do
sell
we always
Reece
have to be the
James
club
and not
that has
one
to
of the
pay the
50
mad
other
money and
players
not
as well?
negotiate and say, this is we'll
Because
play
we
our
want the
ball.
best fucking players.
I don't. Yeah, but we have.
If you want the best fucking players, you got to pay the best fucking
LB, do
cash.
you want me to give you some other bad news? I got told.
Oh.
City will never go. Have to be a very, very special player for City to go to 3 figures ever again.
No, I don't think you have to go for 3 figures for
No,
Reece James.
very special. No, I mean,
I don't-
I think the Grealish fee and what they got from it scared them.
Well, it might have done, but
tre-
I don't
what
think you
a
have to go. I
treble.
don't.
No, but I think it was. I don't think they'll ever.
How much is this?
149, sir.
I've got 50p. Fuck you, bastard.
Yeah, that's City basically. Yeah.
That's Viana.
Yeah.
For
That's
Reece James.
no, I don't think it's Viana. I think that's a Caldoon thing.
40 mil.
How much we paying for Livramento? If it was record breaking, what would that
What's
be?
the,
then?
70.
from somebody in the chat
Surely
find out what
70.
the record is for right backs, for full backs.
Let me have a look.
It's got to be, I
sure
think
it's
it's got to be Cancelo at 58.
I'm sure
where
it's
they're gonna put it down
Cancelo.
as.
Yeah.
So it'd be,
Cancelo.
so it'd be 60 plus.
60 mil.
It's not Cucurella. Didn't they spend bags?
60
for it?
mil. It's got to be 60 or
Ooh.
61
Cucurella,
million.
yeah, maybe.
Danny, they won't pay the 60 million for him, would they?
No, they didn't. No.
Maybe
So when you
Cucurella.
say record for a fullback, it's not like we're talking 125. It's
No,
not
we're
an
talking-
unreasonable
we're
amount of
talking
money to
like,
pay.
We're talking like 65.
By the
70,
way,
aren't we?
my mate who supports Chelsea sent me a clip. I don't know if you've seen it. Like Todd Bowley came out and said they only signed Cucurella because
Yeah,
Ah,
City,
right,
City
I've got
wanted
it.
him.
he's like when I first came in at Chelsea, I didn't know how to scout players, so I just bought players that other big clubs were linked to because like surely they were good. Like he fully came out and said that.
The world
my-
record is Hakeimi for 60 million pounds. So
So
whatever that
60 mil.
is.
So we're talking 65 million, 60 million for.
I think Newcastle are going to want 70 plus.
Yeah, I think 70. I think it's look if you're willing to take the risk on his injury record, which I'm personally not, then I don't think 70 is like I think 70 is what you would expect to pay. And we have got quite a good record at picking up players who a lot of people look at the injuries and go, and then they actually turn out to be fine when they get here, or mostly fine. But
how much could you get Hakeimi out of PSG for, you reckon?
How much you get him out of fucking prison for?
Yeah, that's what I was about
I was
to
just
say.
going to say,
They ain't
they're not
touching that, LB. They ain't touching that. With
He ain't going, mate. He's done.
Barge pole.
He's done, mate.
Is he in prison?
He's going to
No,
prison.
but he
No,
could be
he's
going.
going to court. It could end.
Oh, is it? I
end
thought it
with,
was finished, me. I thought
No,
the
he's
whole
been
thing was
charged with
done.
it, hasn't he? He's been charged with it now.
I don't know. I've not seen it.
Yeah, he's been charged with it. So
He's been
yeah.
a
I thought the
naughty
whole
boy,
thing got-
LB.
I thought the whole thing got dropped.
Le Prison FC. He's going to be playing that, mate.
Right. Okay. So we can't sign him.
You be bringing
Um,
Robinho back, you and all, would you? Prison FC.
him and Mendy at fullback. It'd be a pretty good team.
Thomas
Yeah,
Partey.
you know, living mental. Yeah. Like, before we got
Adam
this last
Johnson out
injury,
on the wing. It'd be a great
Oh,
old 11. That.
now before we got this last injury, I was proper buzzing with this living mental thing, and now I'm just like,
The
His
more, the more
injuries have
he,
soured it, hasn't it? He's got cheese.
That last
No, it's not the
injury-
injury thing. Is it? Is he even better than Nunes? I don't think he is. Let alone for 70 million. Is he
No,
that
he's
much better?
than- He's better than Nunes, I think.
Is he 70
personally.
million better?
is he better than Nunes?
I think so.
What's he
You're
better?
paying 70 million for his
What's he better at
homegrown
Nunes?
10 years out of him.
What's he better than Nunes at? Crossing, no. Carrying the ball
defending
carrying, no.
marginally.
Probably
I don't know.
defending. That is
Well,
literally.
you know, I do a
exactly.
show. You do a
What?
show with Pete, and I
Wait
do
a
show
second. Wait a second.
with
Whoa,
Ralph.
whoa, 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 whoa. Can we
Come.
put some fucking respect on Matthias Nunes' name here, please?
Yeah,
No
What
one
you say-
disrespecting him, but he can be better than him and not disrespect somebody.
Wait a sec, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Haven't
Are
I
you
live
not?
in Menlo
Are you
Park
not
Cross?
seeing the way that Nunes is defending at the moment?
Yeah, but he's not
At
a
the
defender
moment,
by
yeah.
trade, so he's not.
Who gives a shit?
No, but you're right. You can say Livermento's better
You've seen
defending
Nunes
and
throw his
also
body
not
in
be
front of the
slagging
ball.
off Nunes at the same time. He's just a little bit better. That's
I
fine.
don't. Is he?
A little
think
bit
so.
better.
I
I
think
think
Livermento better.
Nunes has been
Is
borderline
Livermento better
best,
right now?
best fullback in the league.
Who?
Nunes this season. I
He's
think he's
been
up
top
there as one of the
three.
best fullbacks.
Yeah,
he's-
if we're going on this season, then yeah, it's easy. Nunes is better, but I mean that's also.
Oh, by the way,
completely
he
different
could be
players,
getting a
but-
new contract as well, and Gabardio. So look out for those.
I don't know if he's better than him, mate.
Oh, and Doku's gonna look like he's gonna get new terms.
I think that Livermento's going to bring as well his bit of versatility as well. Not that we
Yeah,
need
he can
more
play
people
right
who
back,
can
left
play.
back. can't he?
Not,
He's
not that we
also
need more
homegrown,
people who
he's
can play left
young
back,
still.
since we've already got Gvardiol.
Do we need Joe?
Ait-Nouri,
Do we
and-
need a left back if you're making O'Reilly a permanent midfielder?
No, we've got Ait-Nouri, we've got Vardio.
Yeah,
Oh, I forgot Gabardio.
yeah,
Yeah,
Ait-Nouri,
you should.
Gvardiol, and
That's
and-
what
and
I think.
potentially
Our
Livermento.
defense next year should be.
You're going to
Fucking
say the
unreal.
same as me. Gabardio, Guehi, Diaz, and then whoever the
If you're signing a right back, it should be a project guy who can learn from Nunes. Sort of
Or
play the long
legit,
Nah.
or
Nunes
legit
teach
world
anybody
class,
right back, Danny.
like Hakeimi or Reece James.
I love what Nunes is doing right now, but I don't want someone to come in and be fucking Nunes' right.
Yeah, he's
back
not like
across
he's
his
not like
head.
the
I want
perfect
him
role
to-
model at right back.
he's-
Again,
So-
I don't want to do the ITK stuff, but Pep wanted Livermento when he was at Southampton. That's how much he loves him.
Yeah, no,
Why
I
did they sign
watched
him when
him.
he was
I watched him in
35,
like the FA Youth.
I don't
Cup
know
final when
why
he
they
was
didn't
at Chelsea.
sign
I
him.
thought he was mint, but don't think he gets in our
The-
team.
the-
That was
yeah,
that was
the
back
bit
in the days
scouting
when
for years.
that was back when what was it when Cheeky sort of had the strategy of let's not sign the guy while he's 19 and playing for a team. Let's let him go to the next level and we'll spend 60, 70, 80 million on him when he's proved himself at the top.
And then when
That's
they
a
get
good
that,
business
then
model,
you
though,
don't
Joe,
pay
because
the
you
money.
let somebody else take the risk, and we'll just go in when the
Yeah.
his prime. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Which works out when they've got release clauses and we can spend 50, 60 million on them. But when
I don't think it really
when
matters.
they're,
Release
when they're
clauses
so
is-
good when they're so good that West Ham want 100 mil for Declan Rice, then you go, oh wait, hang on a second.
Are you not
Maybe
concerned about this guy's knees?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a massive problem. I wouldn't.
I'm actually no, forget that. I'm concerned about. I'm actually concerned about his crossing ability because when I speak to Newcastle fans, they say he can't overlap and cross.
Newcastle fans think he's shit, man.
They genuinely say he cannot do what Nunes does.
they'd rather that Lewis Miley
yeah.
play right back.
Because their words were, if you're going to play the way you're playing, Livermento's not your guy. So I don't know what because he's just an out-and-out defender, really.
Unless you're getting him for if you want to have a right back that just locks it off, Livermento, you want one that gets forward, Nunes.
So we're not getting Olivier Reed then? Is that one gone?
Olivier Reed.
Eduardo Reed or whatever it's called.
I think if he was getting Reed, I think we would have got him in January. No.
No, he got injured. He's got injured again.
Yeah, he was
Oh,
injured
yeah,
for a
yeah,
while, about a
yeah,
month
injured,
ago.
didn't he?
Yeah.
Maybe we
Everyone
could be
we
getting
look
him.
at's got. I tell you, is back on the list. Cambiasso.
Oh, Techie baller.
He's actually back on the list.
Oh, he's
Where's he
a
gonna
techie
fucking
baller.
play?
He's
Do you know
right
why
back.
he's back on the list? Funnily enough, because he's gone 12 months without being injured. So it became.
Oh,
went
yeah.
back on it.
Cambiasso's a techie baller, man.
I
watched
can't
him.
deal with this again.
I watched him. He looked all right, man. I
I
can't.
can't. No, because then please don't tell me we're going to be looking at Edison. Fuck me.
No, not Edison, man.
Oh, that'll be back
midfielder.
soon, and then
Nah,
sooner or later
nah.
we're back at Isco and
He's
we'll be
dead
fucking having
baller.
drama.
No, honestly, man. Cambiasso. I watched Cambiasso a couple of times last
Didn't even get
season.
Alexis
He was
Sanchez
decent.
It was the other one.
Fred.
Isco.
Harry Maguire.
Isco. Ali Maguire. Let's go and get him.
Eden Hazard, Danny Alves.
Virgil van Dijk. I mean, Jesus, they won't pay 70 odd million for Virgil van. You think I did that once, and then in 11 who we nearly signed was like, I had Eden Hazard. in
Right,
the midfield.
right, Martin. How many of them ended up going to United instead? Like Fred and Maguire and Alexis Sanchez.
Yeah.
Ronaldo.
I am
Van
Ronaldo.
Persie.
Hazard went to Chelsea.
No,
Probably
we never,
Koulibaly
we
went to
never were
Chelsea.
doing Ronaldo. You just got giddy and had to delete a stream.
I know it's not deleted. It's there. I don't know why people keep saying it's deleted. Never deleted it.
You made
To be fair,
yourself
it
look
It
crap.
looked.
Oh yeah,
it looked-
Ronaldo 2021.
It,
That's
looked,
right.
it
Yeah.
looked to all the world. It looked to all the world as if it was going to happen. Like
It was. All he said.
And then,
all he
and then
said-
it came out, we never bidded.
Yeah,
We
but it's
never
easy to say
even
that.
get
It's
rid
easy
of
to
it.
say that in Easy to
No,
say that in
Ole
hindsight. But the day of,
Solskjaer said. Do it.
Jorginho. Yeah, Jorginho. It was
Oh, yeah,
Cavani.
Jorginho.
We looked at
Koulibaly.
Cavani.
Koulibaly.
Koulibaly. I wanted him.
Yeah.
Saying
I
that,
want
Ruben Diaz was
Koulibaly,
fourth
yeah.
choice. Ruben Diaz was
Koulibaly.
fourth. Because we had to look
Messi.
at, was it Kunde?
Messi.
It was okay. It was Koulibaly, Kunde, Diego
Kunde.
Carlos.
Yeah.
Messi.
Yeah.
Rooney.
It's,
I mean, Diaz was
Sevilla
like
just
way
won the
down the
Europa League
list.
that year.
Rooney.
Oh yeah, because Rooney wanted out of United. He almost
Yeah,
signed
Rooney
with us, and the
nearly
fans went
happened.
off at him.
Rooney actually nearly happened.
Didn't John
It was-
Terry? Was
Yeah,
that?
John
I'm
Terry
pretty sure
was-
Gary.
No,
Cook-
we
Gary Cook-
offered. We offered, he said.
What, bidding for John Terry? It was like 65
I thought
minutes.
Gary
man.
Cook
Mad.
said that it was pretty close, but in the
It
end,
was
No,
mad
the
money.
one that was close was the goalie at Juventus. What's he called?
Buffon
Buffon.
and Kaká.
Yeah. Mark Hughes and who was his
Wait,
assistant?
wait,
Bowen.
which year
Bowen?
was we linked to Kaká when he went to Madrid that summer? Because
Yeah.
funnily enough,
You-
Pellegrini signed him for Madrid.
Yeah,
that
yeah,
No,
summer.
Rathbury went
we'd
to
agreed a
Madrid.
deal.
It was
We'd
the year
agreed a
after.
deal.
Yeah,
Then
Pellegrini
Jesus,
signed him, and then we got Pellegrini.
Jesus told him to stay at Jesus told him to stay at Milan, and he went to Madrid
Yeah.
the year after.
Yeah.
No, but we had.
Played out of Madrid.
Oh, Mark Bowen, that's it. Mark Bowen was on a podcast. This Mark Bowen and Mark Hughes went to Italy. They literally agreed the deal with Buffon, 400 grand a week. Agreed the whole deal. He said yes. They got back on the private plane, went home, and they got off the plane, got service back, and he went, I can't do it. I can't turn me back on you, man.
And then,
Yeah,
So he
anyway,
bottled out.
And then went to
Fair
PSG.
play, don't it?
and then went PSG.
For 400 grand a week in
That
2000,
Qatari money is better than the UAE
Yeah,
money,
but
man.
400 grand
the
a week.
UAE gotta get that money up, man.
2009. How much is that now? Jesus.
Yeah, it's mental.
Yeah, I know.
550 in it, easy.
Yeah.
Oh, and then Dybala over. We turned down Dybala over Bona.
So,
Yeah.
Yeah, but that was much later. That was 2015.
That was disgusting.
Yeah,
That
but
was
still,
because
like,
that's
so-
because they wanted
so
to keep
disgusting, wasn't it?
Pellegrini up.
Although to be fair, Dybala's not really done much in the game since then, isn't it?
Nah, he peaked like late 2010s. Since 2020, he's not been great, especially going to like Roma and whatnot. He's been okay, but for
Yeah.
the national team, not much.
Was good at Juve for a couple of years, wasn't he? But then not really much after that.
Yeah, 2009 was when Pellegrini took over Madrid and he signed like Ronaldo and Benzema and Kaká. So,
Aye, bro, real talk, Tally. Yeah, I'm so happy we didn't get Verts, bro.
Hmm.
Real talk, man. Cherky's so clear, that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll tell you the one player that I was legit gutted, and I always maintain that I gutted, is Alexis Sanchez. That was the player that I was
Yeah.
wounded.
Yeah,
when
no,
we
I-
didn't
Would
get
you, have,
Sanchez.
would you have paid him the half a mil?
I'm not asked about the cash, bro. It don't bother me.
mate, the guy was like the second best winger in the league.
He already
Oh, you're
agreed
not
that
bothered
last
about
week.
your little 2-2 on the Jet 2 and the fly mode, whatever.
The
you
thing
were
is,
going.
yeah, no, 2-2 driller. No, the thing is with Sanchez, we already agreed a deal, and then United just gazumped us.
Yeah, because they offered. Yeah, but you know, he actually said to City though. He said, "Will you match it?"
Mm.
He did say, "Will you match it? I'll come, but you have to match the United's wages."
When he already getting like 300, 350 from us anyway, so it's like, well, then at that point, then no, like you're already being paid more than anyone else in the team anyway. So,
well, he said, didn't he? He said within a week of being at United, he realised he fucked up.
he realised he'd made.
You know that's why Laporte's first transfer collapsed, because it wasn't nothing to do with he couldn't leave the Bast. He was in City, and then his agent asked for more money while he was in the meeting, and City went, "No, go away." That's why Mahrez collapsed the first time.
I've got two.
You know when he went on strike and then said he wasn't on strike, but he really was because he was coming into City. He'd asked for more money. City are very thing on money. They don't like it. They did it on Hazard. Hazard asked for more money.
That's the one that that's the one of the two for me. There was a Hazard one because he'd have signed for City if Chelsea didn't win the Champions League that year.
Yeah, that pissed me off.
Who was it? Who was it? You said we almost signed in 2002. It was Reisiger, Gallas, and who else?
Oh yeah, I had a few actually. It was Reisiger, Gallas, Cafu.
Reisiger, Effenberg, Stefan Effenberg.
He was. I can't think of the striker. I was told we almost got
Hugo Egiog from Villa, but he went to Borough because we won't pay $8.5 million.
Another one that we didn't sign that broke my heart was I'd blame Alan Smith because he got him sent off, but Daniel Van Boyten when we had him on loan, he was fucking mint for us.
I don't think
we went to Bayern, like
I think we were being used to get match fitness.
I still think he was. He would have loved to sign him because at that point he was a genuine real.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. And he come off an injury or something, and he was
just then he went to Bayern Munich, didn't he? He was mint, but I'd have loved Van Boyten.
And then Boateng, who didn't settle in England.
Nah, it was always the injuries with him, wasn't it? He was quite injury prone for us.
Yeah, but he went on to be a bit of a baller and centre back though.
Oh yeah, for a solid.
We played. He wanted to play centre back, and we played him right back.
We played him at right back or whatever. Yeah.
Saying that we bought Vinny Company as a CDM. The rest was history. So
on the Cafu thing that I said when he was going to sign Cafu, he said no, and he signed Nicholas Jensen instead. How's that for?
He scored a banger against Leeds.
He did. He got goal of the season that year with that, but.
Yeah,
it's a hell of a
I get slagged up in the chat for the history lessons. I'm getting the shit for it. Don't start this because LB was a City fan back then.
All these nostalgia saying that. Wait until 20 years when you fucking got your tongue out when you're talking about David Silva and Kevin De Bruyne and people going, "Oh, fucking happy clapper merchant." Yeah, it's coming to you as well, mate.
You know, he blamed me. He blamed me once because an old man had to go at him outside the LB.
Oh yeah, when I was like fucking 13 or something.
He said he was about 13 and he said some old man he thought with me. He said I'm not that old.
Yeah, no, it was I think it was Mike Summerby walked past and I was 13. Not with my dad, with Jordan, yeah. It was 13 years old. So obviously I don't know what the fuck's going on. 13. And Mike Summerby walked past, yeah. I'm pretty sure it was, I don't know, it was some old City player, but I think it was Mike Summerby, yeah. Like trying to wrap my brains, I think it was him. And some guy was there, yeah, just stood next to us, City fan. And I was I'm like 13 years old, yeah. And I said to the guy, "Excuse me, who's that man there that everyone's getting photos with?" He goes, "I'm not here to tell you who these ex-City players are." Like, I'm like,
you're right if you were talking like that with that voice.
I was fucking 13. Yeah, I was just like, what the fuck, bro? Chill. And then the guy then asked me for the time. And I should have said to him, I can't remember if I did. I can't remember. It was that long ago. Should have said to him, I'm not here to tell you. No, I should have said, I'm not here to tell you the fucking time. Get off fucking walk.
Sorry, mate. It's 2:15. Sorry.
But honestly, man, I'm like, bro,
you for today. You for today. They're dead poor out. Anyway. Rude.
Madness, anyway. Anyway, chat, we're getting out of here, man. Listen, big up to you guys for jumping on. Big up to Tarek as well, who didn't make it. Big up to big up to Tarek, big up to Danny.
I just swapped with Tarek,
Martin and Joe.
Yeah, I'm not a fossil. I'm not that old.
Big up, lads. I'll be back tomorrow. I don't know if I'm back on with Nobbins. I should be back on with Nobbins. If not, I'll just do a solo stream anyway at 11 o'clock. Then the midday live, where, to be honest with you, lads, yeah, Don's getting rinsed, man, for his pathetic Sanchez takes, mate. So make sure you get on midday live tomorrow, yeah? Make sure you get on midday live. Smash the likes before you go. Make sure you guys are subscribed. And we'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.